this incident, Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis spoke to the Nanded Superintendent of Police over the phone line to gather details about the matter. The police have immediately arrested the accused involved in this dastardly attack. The Chief Minister has directed the police to conduct a thorough investigation into the motive behind the attack and the underlying reasons for it. Now, what we know so far is that Sukhbir Singh Badal's condition is currently reported to be stable. He's receiving the medical care at a local hospital. We saw those visuals exclusively here on NDTV about the kind of condition that he was brought in, Gargi, and that's the latest that we are picking up.
In fact, he seems to have had a lucky escape there, Aditya, with the, his security guard intervening. Mr. Majithia, who you just spoke to, had a series of, allegations to make, and we will have to speak to the AAP government as well, because those were some very serious charges that he made about the lack of security as well as intelligence failure when it comes to this attack against Sukhbir Singh Badal.
Well, that's right. That's the latest that we are picking up to fill in viewers on this entire development. The attack took place more than an hour ago, but NDTV is reporting on all aspects, the investigation, the arrest, but also the political angle on this entire matter. Joining us live to discuss and give more crucial details is Saurabh Gupta of NDTV and also Jitendra Dikshit. Saurabh, if I can come to you, what's the latest that you're picking up? We saw those visuals of Badal, offering prayers along with this entire family at the Nanded Sahib in Maharashtra. But minutes later, this attack taking place and those visuals coming in from the hospital. Is Mr. Badal fine right now? What's the latest that you are picking up?
Yes, Mr. Badal is undergoing treatment as a hospital, as we've been reporting. What we've also picked up is that the attacker has been arrested, and what we know is that the Chief Minister has spoken to the top police officials in the district and ordered a detailed investigation. Now, obviously, we heard the Akali Dal members raise questions about the investigation into the previous attack, and therefore the Chief Minister of Maharashtra is someone who is, of course, going to ensure that no such questions are raised in this particular investigation. That is, of course, going to be the focus of the administration, the police in Nanded. Now, what we've also been given to understand is that a security guard or a police personnel who was deployed as part of the security contingent with Mr. Badal has also suffered injuries. That's what we are picking up now from sources and local reports that are coming in. Of course, we are expecting the hospital to put out a bulletin on, Mr. Badal's condition after he receives the required medical treatment. And also, in some time, perhaps the Chief Minister will also make a statement on what happened.
All right, Saurabh, so more details, are needed to know exactly what led up to this attack. And Aditya, as Mr. Majithia was saying, the family was with him, the children were there, his wife was there. But let's go across to Jitendra also for more. And Jitendra, what are we hearing right now? Because, there's some reports talking about some sort of argument that broke out, and then this Nihang Sikh launched into this attack. And it is an intelligence failure as well, given that Mr. Sukhbir Singh Badal had been attacked previously as well.
Exactly. Now the big question before the cops is that what has been the motive for this attack? What was the reason why Sukhbir Singh Badal was attacked in this manner? So far, what we know is that the attacker has been arrested. He is being interrogated by the Nanded police. Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has called up Superintendent of Police in Nanded and has gathered details from him. And so far, what we know is that Sukhbir Singh Badal is out of danger, although his right hand has been injured and he's getting treated at Yashosai Hospital, which is a private hospital near to the incident. He's getting treatment there. And now the question is, the question arises why there was an intelligence failure. Because when he was attacked last time with a firearm, that time Khalistani angle was there, and it was he was attacked by Khalistani elements. So this time the police had to find out whether it has been the same motive or some other reason has been there for the attack. So far, the preliminary information which we are getting is that the person who attacked Sukhbir Singh Badal is a Nihang Sikh, although we are awaiting official confirmation in this regard. Gargi.
All right, thanks so much for joining us with that. And that visual of Sukhbir Singh Badal with his hand is wrapped there, his injured hand, which he is now receiving stitches on. But let's go across to Gurpreet, who's joined by an Akali leader. Over to you, Gurpreet.
Well, we have Arshdeep Singh Clare, Akali leader from Chandigarh. We will talk to him. You had a word with Sukhbir Singh Badal. What was the situation there? How this attack has happened there?
Sardar Sukhbir Singh Badal has gone to Takht Sri Hazur Sahib to pay his obeisance over the Takht. When he was coming out, then a person in a Nihang dress, he tried to attack Sardar Sukhbir Singh Badal, but the security with Sardar Sukhbir Singh Badal stopped that person. In the scuffle, Sardar Sukhbir Singh Badal had got an injury of a kirpan on his right arm. And so one security personnel is also injured. But Sardar Sukhbir Singh Badal is hale and hearty, and he is in hospital. He is undergoing a dressing, I think some stitches on his arm. But the question is that who was this person?
You blamed anti-Panthik. You are saying that some people were trying to target Sukhbir Singh Badal because this is the second attack on him. Did you get any information from there?
The little information I have got is only from the persons who are with Sardar Sukhbir Singh Badal. I couldn't talk to him because he's going under a dressing in the hospital. So the persons who are with him, I had a word with them, but it was our primary concern to know about his health because they, on social media there are certain rumors. But I want to clarify that Sardar Sukhbir Singh Badal is in high spirits. He's in Chardi Kala, and this person, now somebody has told me that the person has been caught at the spot. So Maharashtra police will investigate the entire matter. And as soon as we get any update from Maharashtra police, I'll share with you. But yes, I want to give a message from your platform to these anti-Panthak forces that Shromani Akali Dal believes in peace and communal harmony. Shromani Akali Dal will work on these lines. Such persons and the reasons behind it, the conspiracy behind such persons cannot stop Shromani Akali Dal from moving in the direction of peace and communal harmony.
Do you think that it's the planned attack? Because earlier we have seen Sukhbir Singh Badal was also targeted at Golden Temple. Do you think that it was a planned attack?
Let's wait for the Maharashtra police to confirm this. Yes, sir, it is a second attack on Sardar Sukhbir Singh Badal. Earlier, when he was doing a seva at Akali Dal, he was attacked by a person. A gunshot was aimed at him. At that time also, it was Guru Sahib's blessing which saved him. Today also, it is Guru Sahib's blessing which saved him. So Sardar Sukhbir Singh Badal continues his commitment towards Punjab, towards peace and communal harmony, and such anti-Panthak forces, whatever measures they want to take, Shromani Akali Dal is not afraid of them.
Well, they say that we are waiting for the investigation, whether it was a planned attack or not. They are waiting for the final investigation in this case. Back to studio.
All right, that's the latest we are picking up. That was Arshdeep Singh Clare giving details from the Akali Dal perspective, speaking to those people around Sukhbir Singh Badal, saying that he's stable. It was God's blessing that helped him. Really, he's getting medical attention at a local private hospital in Nanded. But this is a very, very concerning development, viewers. We'll go across live yet again to Saurabh Gupta, who is filling us in on what happened. Now, I spoke to Akali Dal sources as well, who said that an attempt was made on the steps of the gurudwara while Sukhbir Singh Badal was exiting the premises along with his family members. There was an attempt made to attack him on the stomach through a kirpan, but due to the alert security forces, the man was handled, but Sukhbir Singh Badal got injured on his right arm. Saurabh, what's the latest that you're picking up? Of course, Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis, has also taken cognizance of this, ordered a probe immediately, and the person has been arrested. Immediate questioning that will happen on this entire matter?
All right, Aditya, we also have with us Ravinder Singh Robin joining us, political analyst, for more. And how do you see this attack? We're still waiting for more information to come in. But yes, Sukhbir Singh Badal attacked outside this gurudwara in Nanded, where he was accompanied by his family. What we do know that it was a Nihang Sikh who attacked him. His brother-in-law claiming that this is a conspiracy and intelligence failure. What is your reading right now with this preliminary information?
Let me recall you when Sukhbir Singh Badal appeared at Akali Dal Sahib in 2024, and they were there to request for pardon for the acts or the allegations on them. Were accused. They were accused for sacrileges, and they were at the Akali Dal for the pardon for the acts which were committed during their government in 2017 up to 2017, from 2007. So even on December 4, 2024, he was attacked while he was performing religious punishment. And second incident, which was happened in July 25th this year, when a person at the airport unusually, with a sharp language, he spoke with Sukhbir Singh Badal, and that went viral. Now this is the third incident. That could have been a section. I mean, one can access that a section of people still have that anger within them for the sacrilegious accusation made on Shiromani Akali Dal Badal and BJP government during that time. So this particularly yet to come, the person, about the detail of the person who has attacked Sukhbir Singh Badal. He was attired in Nihang Sikh, but let the true picture come out. Who was the person? But that shows a section of people still have that anger, and they are still that wounds are still open and yet to be closer. This could be replicate in other area during 2027 election in Punjab.
Right.
All right, Ravinder Singh Robin joining us from Amritsar, giving us details on this attack. Please stay with us. We'll come back to you because there is more breaking news coming here on NDTV. And this is regarding the attack that took place on the Akali Dal chief, Sukhbir Singh Badal. What we know so far is that Nihang, who has been named finally, Jaspal Singh, attacked Shiromani Akali Dal chief, Sukhbir Singh Badal, at the Hazur Sahib in gurudwara in Nanded on the steps while he was exiting. According to Nanded Superintendent of Police Rohan Neelab, Jaspal Singh had been working at the gurudwara premises for the past 2 years. The accused allegedly attacked Badal with a kirpan. Jaspal Singh has been arrested by the Nanded police in Maharashtra right now. The motive behind the attack is yet not clear. The questioning is underway. According to the Nanded Superintendent of Police Rohan Neelab, Jaspal Singh had been working at the gurudwara for the past 2 years. And the
right, in fact, Aditya, though, I think those are visuals of the attacker, because that is what we do have now. Let's go across to Jitendra for all the latest. Jitendra, give us the details. He has now been identified, the attacker. The motive still remains unclear.
Yeah, this is a big development in the case. The identity of the attacker has been ascertained. His name is Jaspal Singh, and he was working with the same gurudwara where Sukhbir Singh Badal was attacked, and now cops have taken him into custody. He's a Nihang Sikh, and he is being interrogated. The motive is not yet clear so far. We believe that in some time after police completes his interrogation, cops are taking his statement, and we'll be able to know what drove him to attack Sukhbir Singh Badal. So far, what we know is that Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has ordered an inquiry into the whole case, and there's also a question being raised about the intelligence failure, because Sukhbir Singh Badal has been a former union minister, former deputy chief minister in Punjab, and also he's heading a political party. So whenever he travels to any state of India, the local authorities, the local cops are informed. And in this case also the same protocol was followed. But despite that, somebody managed to sneak into his security cordon and was able to attack him. Although due to his personal security officer who came in between, Sukhbir Singh Badal was not harmed much. Only his hand received injuries, for which he is being treated in Yashosai Hospital of Nanded. But the personal security officer has been injured badly, and his condition is said to be stable. He has been also hospitalized. Gargi.
All right, thanks so much for joining us with, those developments now. So the identity, Aditya, of the attacker is now known. Jaspal Singh, someone who joined this Gurudwara just 2 years ago. We have visuals there. You can see on your screens there visuals of that attacker as well. Let's go back to Robin Singh for more on this entire story and your reaction to these developments now, given that there is of course a probe taking place and the identity of the accused has also been found. He is one Jaspal Singh who is working at this Gurudwara for 2 years. Very, very shocking news and disturbing news really, given that we are months away from Punjab elections.
Yeah, Gagi, I spoke with some experts before coming to the on the TV, and they were actually asking this question to many, that why after the decade, the sacrileges when happened, even after he apologized, he appeared before the Akal Takht Sahib and performed the tankar, the religious punishment. Even though after this, the anguish, the anger is still there. So it is a big challenge for Sukhbir Singh Badal too, to come to people in 2027 or before that. It's 4 months or 5 months left for the elections, and the anguish that is still evident by such incidents. It will be a challenge for Sukhbir Singh Badal. Yes, the party, specifically Sukhbir Singh Badal, roaming around in Punjab and meeting so many people and claiming that he was being accepted by the people in the area, but such incidents raises a big questions, raises eyebrows, that people still waiting for the answer for the sacrileges and the commitments, those who were he committed during his regime. And the big question was, people, they were asking him why the culprits of sacrileges were not being punished during his term. So it will be difficult for Sukhbir Singh Badal. That is the probably one of the reason the Sukhbir Singh Badal, he's leading the Shiromani Akali Dal Badal party, but that party was already been, most of the leaders already gone from the party and they made their other Akali Dals. So it will be again Sukhbir Singh Badal to rethink, and the other leaders were asking resignation of Sukhbir Singh Badal from the Pradhan of Shiromani Akali Dal Badal, and then they say they will go to Akal Takht Sahib and reunite Akali Dal for that.
Okay, Ravindra Singh Robin, I want to also touch upon, there will be questions raised on the Maharashtra BJP government as to why this attack happened. Was there a security or an intelligence failure? But there will be questions asked to Bhagwant Mann as well. I interviewed, and Gargi and I spoke to Majithia, Bikram Singh Majithia, who raised very significant questions against Aam Aadmi Party and Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann. So the question that I want to understand from you is that he raised questions on lawlessness. He raised questions on why, there was no action when the last attack took place about 1.5 years ago, and no persons were arrested. Even condemnation did not come from the Chief Minister of Punjab. So is there a kind of an environment in Punjab right now? On one hand, the Chief Minister says that there is gangsteron pe war. On the other hand, we see incidents like Amritsar, SSP being just transferred within minutes without any logical reason being given.
Aditya, Narayan Singh Choda was arrested when Sukhbir Singh Badal was attacked in 2024 in December. Later he was questioned, but there again, even that time the lapses of intelligence failures were raised up. So far, the present governments or the Aam Aadmi Party government rule, and specifically they were claiming on the war against gangsters. They are doing, yes, Punjab has been facing this issue since long. Now the 4 or 5 years left, it was their first commitment. Even all the political parties were committing, and they are maybe coming with this issue in their manifesto too. And the people of Punjab, they are claiming that they are facing extortion and some other issues from the gangsters. On the other hand, Punjab police and the Punjab government, they were claiming and they were issuing the data where they are showing that they have arrested this number of gangsters, and still they are doing on. But yes, with this incident, this type of issues may come up again in Punjab politics.
Right. All right, Ravindra Singh, Robin, thank you so much for speaking to us here at NDTV. That is the big breaking news that we have been tracking. Sukhbir Singh Badal, Akali Dal chief, attacked while on a visit to the gurudwara in Nanded. He is out of any sort of danger. He's getting stitches on his arm. You can see him there in those visuals with his arm tied by a cloth. We also have visuals of the person who attacked him there on your screens. He is somebody, he's a Nihang Sikh who started working at this gurudwara 2 years ago. We'll continue tracking this story. For the moment, slipping into a short break.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
होम फल से रैप करो, क्रिस्पी वेजीज पैक करो, होम फल से पैक करो, फ्रेशनेस को ट्रैप करो, होम फल रैप करो, अनरैप करो। थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मम्मा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा,
राजा और मसाला।
ये लीजिए भाई, मैंने बनाया है। ब्रेड आपके साथ खाइए ना। ऐसे आप कहाँ से हैं? हरियाणा। कब गए थे लास्ट वहाँ पे? 1.5 महीने पे। आपकी फैमिली है? बच्चे हैं? 3 साल। मिस करते होंगे आप उन्हें ना? बहुत। फैमिली विजिट करने अलाउड है? श्रीनगर तक अलाउड। 1 हफ्ते की शूटिंग के बाद मुझे घर की याद आ जाती है। सी द सैक्रिफाइस इज अनबिलीवेबल, यू नो।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरी डे।
This is the show where we bring you all the hot and happenings from the world of entertainment and lifestyle.
really?
Fashion that made you gag. Films that made you fangirl. Art that made it to the gram, and trends that kept us with the program. Hello and welcome to a brand new show. I am your host Mayank Chaudhary and this is Limelight.
मीठा या नमकीन, चाहे जैसे खाओ, 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसेली, स्वादिष्ट, सेहतमंद हर रोज।
Flight from Phuket to Delhi that saw severe turbulence, that saw the flight drop 300 feet and over 20 passengers being injured. Remember, questions over the pilot who failed the dope test. And now breaking news coming in, Air India has ordered a dope testing for all its pilots. And the voluntary decision by the airline, it's not an order from the DGCA. This is after the embarrassment faced by Air India and questions over whether they hid certain facts of this entire case in which 20 passengers, over including crew, were injured when this airline went through this severe turbulence. Testing is now mandatory for all pilots in the Air India group, and testing to be an ongoing process is what NDTV has learned. So sources are telling us that Air India is to conduct this psychoactive substance test for all its pilots. Well, let's go across now to our reporter, and we're joined by Danish for more on this story. Danish, what is it you're hearing from Air India?
Well, that is correct. NDTV has accessed an internal email that was sent by the higher authorities at Air India to all the pilots. And in the mail, the authorities have made it very much clear that starting today, all pilots will be screened, and this screening or the testing will be done in order to find out whether any pilot has consumed any banned substance or any particular banned medication. And this will be happening all across the country, not only at the Air India headquarters or at the Air India's training academy, but this testing will also be taking place at the different airports wherever the pilots will land after this flight. And this is a repercussion of the Phuket Delhi flight incident, the unfortunate incident which all of us witnessed last week. And after that, we are seeing that Air India has become, very sensitive to this particular thing, and they have clearly they've made it very much clear that they are taking this step as a voluntary step. Like you also mentioned, that no such mandate has come in from the DGCA, but this is a voluntary step that Air India has taken, and this will be done in order to find out that whether the other pilots are complying with the laws of the land, because as per the DGCA norms, it is not allowed for any pilot to consume any banned substance, and even there is a lot of restriction on certain medications. So this particular screening will be done in order to find out that how many pilots could also be, kind of impacted by certain banned substances, or probably because of banned medications. Because we must also remember that we are in a country that everyone believes in buying medicines from chemists, and there are not many people that could go to the doctors. And for a pilot, if anyone is taking any medication from over the counter, then that could also be bad for them, because there are certain ingredients of those medicines that are usually found out in these screenings or testing that is usually conducted after a flight is done. But all in all, if we see, Air India has taken a major voluntary step, and starting today, all group pilots, which includes Air India, which also includes Air India Express, all these pilots will be tested for banned substances and banned medication.
That's right, Danish, and so many questions over what exactly happened during that flight. I know I referred to it as, turbulence that it experienced, but it was basically losing altitude, the flight. We don't know what caused it, that there was also reports of, hydraulic system failures as well. So many questions over the pilot as well as technical issues that the flight faced.
Well, that is correct. As we speak, the investigation is on right now. The AIB is leading this investigation. Airbus, which is the OEM of that particular aircraft which was involved in this incident, they are also part of this. Also the BEA, which is the French Aviation Authority. So all of these authorities are together conducting this investigation. It will be too early to say what exactly is going on in this investigation, as the prelim report is supposed to come out in the next few weeks. Until and unless that report doesn't come out, we will not really come to know that what exactly was the problem. But it is correct that there is a theory which is going on around the technical problems that particular aircraft faced, especially in those 2-3 minutes when the aircraft dived 300 feet, because of which certain passengers were injured. So right now this particular investigation is going on. There are high chances that there could be certain kind of technical failures in that particular aircraft, but we'll have to wait and watch, and we'll have to really see what is the particular conclusion.
All right, so after this, thanks so much, Danish, for joining us. So after this incident, now Air India has ordered a mandatory dope testing on all its pilots. Screening will take place of all its pilots. So Ted, let's take you through all the developments so far. Now, as more details emerge on the serious incident that took place involving AI 2379 and its sudden loss of altitude, Civil Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu also met with Air India CEO Campbell Wilson. He is the outgoing CEO, remember, for a direct account of just what took place on that flight, in which over 20 passengers were injured. NDTV also accessed the picture of the AI 2379 captain, the pilot in command, who tested positive for marijuana after the flight. Senior DGC officials were also present with the pilot testing and Air India's flight operations now under discussion. Sources say the ministry has asked DGCA to relook at India's existing dope testing framework with no equivalent to alcohol breathalyzers for psychoactive substances. Regulators are examining ways to strengthen testing protocols, and now the news that Air India has ordered dope screening for all its pilots. All right, with that, we'll slip into a short break. More news and updates coming up on the other side. Stay with us.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा,
सबका राजा आर्थिक मसाला।
होम फल से रैप करो, क्रिस्पी वेजीज पैक करो। होम फल से पैक करो, फ्रेशनेस को ट्रैप करो। होम फल रैप करो, अनरैप करो।
From the newsroom to the studio to the thick of political action.
You're watching NDTV 24/7. The hope is that beyond this election, this will be one of the major issues. With multiple challengers in the fray, the TMC also has done a bit of rejigging. Remember, this is also a district that has been plagued by communal violence. Come to some of the sabhas that the BJP is also organizing, especially in the villages of West Bengal.
When stories have impact,
Harsimrat Joshi, managing editor and prime-time anchor.
then news has influence. The buck stops here with Padmaja Joshi.
Your work is being watched by people. You think that you're making an impact in this time. I think that's really a huge validation, very rewarding, and I'm pretty certain that Team NDTV will go.
Welcome back. What happens when a president's social media posts become a Wall Street product? Well, Trump media is now charging professional traders up to $100,000 a month for faster access to Truth Social posts, including posts from Donald Trump himself, the US president. The company says it is simply selling public data, but when those posts can move markets, the questions around speed, fairness, and conflict of interest become harder to ignore. Here's a report.
Trump's Truth Social posts are now a Wall Street product. Trump media says traders paying up to $100,000 a month for faster access. More than 10 customers have already signed up. The service is called Truth API. It delivers Truth Social posts to professional traders faster than the public. And in markets, even a split-second head start can matter. That is especially true for high-frequency trading firms. These companies use powerful computers to analyze information and execute trades in fractions of a second. And Trump's post can sometimes move markets. The company says customers are currently paying between $60,000 and $100,000 a month for the service. Trump media is also looking beyond trading firms, including technology companies, new organizations, and betting markets. For Trump media, the timing is significant. The company reported a $238 million net loss in the April to June quarter. Revenue was just $1.7 million, despite rising 89% from a year earlier. A major factor behind the loss was the company's exposure to cryptocurrency. Trump media has been expanding aggressively into digital assets, with financial assets making up the vast majority of its roughly $2 billion asset base. But Truth API could give Trump media a new stream of recurring revenue. The company is expanding into crypto and other business, and now it is looking to monetize Trump's market-moving posts. We'll report NDTV World.
ये लीजिए भाई, मैंने बनाया है व्हाट्सएप आपके साथ, खाइए ना। ऐसे आप कहाँ से हैं? हरियाणा। कब गए थे लास्ट वहाँ पे? 1.5 महीने पे। आपकी फैमिली है? बच्चे हैं? 3 साल। मिस करते होंगे आप उन्हें ना? बहुत। फैमिली विजिट करने अलाउड है? श्रीनगर तक अलाउड। 1 हफ्ते की शूटिंग के बाद मुझे घर की याद आ जाती है। सी द सैक्रिफाइस इज अनबिलीवेबल, यू नो।
From the newsroom to the studio to the thick of political action.
You're watching NDTV 24/7. The hope is that beyond this election,
this will be one of the major issues. With multiple challengers in the fray, the TMC also has done a bit of rejig. Remember, this is also a district that has been plagued by communal violence. Come to some of the sabhas that the BJP is also organizing, especially in the villages of West Bengal.
When stories have impact,
Padma Joshi, managing editor and primetime anchor.
then news has influence. The buck stops here with Padmaja Joshi.
Your work is being watched by people. You think that you're making an impact in this time. I think that's really a huge validation, very rewarding, and I'm pretty certain that Team NDTV will go from strength to strength.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
This is the show where we bring you all the hot and happenings from the world of entertainment and lifestyle.
Really?
Fashion that made you gag. Films that made you fangirl. Art that made it to the gram, and trends that kept us with the program.
Let's get it.
Hello and welcome to a brand new show. I am your host Mayank Chaudhary and this is Limelight.
मीठा या नमकीन, चाहे जैसे खाओ, 100% सूजी से बनी आर प्योर वर्मिसेली, स्वादिष्ट, सेहतमंद, हर रोज।
ये लीजिए भाई, मैंने बनाया है ब्रेड आपके साथ, खाइए ना। ऐसे आप कहाँ से हैं? हरियाणा। कब गए थे लास्ट वहाँ पे? 1.5 महीने पे। आपकी फैमिली है? बच्चे हैं? 3 साल। मिस करते होंगे आप उन्हें ना? बहुत। फैमिली विजिट करने अलाउड है? श्रीनगर तक अलाउड। 1 हफ्ते की शूटिंग के बाद मुझे घर की याद आ जाती है। सी द सैक्रिफाइस इज अनबिलीवेबल, यू नो।
From the newsroom to the studio to the thick of political action.
You're watching NDTV 24/7. The hope is that beyond this election, this will be one of the major issues. With multiple challengers in the fray, the TMC also has done a bit of rejig. Remember, this is also a district that has been plagued.
Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV. I'm Gargi Rawat. Coming up ahead, Akali Dal Chief Sukhbir Singh Badal attacked at a gurudwara in Nanded, Maharashtra. The attacker has been arrested. Questions over intelligence failure raised by the Akalis. All that and more coming up ahead. First, a look at the headlines we're tracking. Parliamentary Affairs Minister slams the opposition. Disruption in Parliament, says government was ready to discuss all issues, but the opposition ran away. Showdown now over the opposition MP's monkey protest in Parliament. Opposition brings a monkey, a toy, mocks the Prime Minister. BJP lashes out. UN body confirms Al-Qaeda involvement in the Red Fort blast that killed 11 people last year. Report says Al-Qaeda offshoot showed sustained interest over many years in developing chemical and biological weapons. Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge gets emotional after his rally venue in Uttarakhand was purified by Hindu groups. Says there's no place for Dalits in this country. Nadda condemns the Shuddhikaran, vows a probe against those who performed the Havan. NDTV impact. BJP questions Meta selective boost. Questions over alleged bias in boosting student protest-related content on Instagram. The murder case of a Coimbatore engineering student has now turned into a political flashpoint in Tamil Nadu. DMK has hit out at the Vijay government, alleging the student was killed for exposing a drug network. In Bengaluru, a 32-year-old woman died after she fell from a bike and was run over by a vehicle, with locals alleging the road was in poor condition. All right, breaking news now coming in on the attack on Sukhbir Singh Badal, who was attacked in a gurudwara in Maharashtra and Nanded. You can see those visuals of him with a cloth tied around his injured hand. He is out of danger. He's had stitches on that arm, but now Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has personally called Sukhbir Singh Badal to ask about his health and well-being, even as a probe has been ordered into this incident. Let's go across to Saurabh now for more on this story. Saurabh, give us the latest. You're hearing Devendra Fadnavis, they're speaking to Sukhbir Singh Badal. Also, tell us about the probe. The attacker has been arrested.
That's right. The attacker has been identified and arrested. The police have taken him into custody, is what we've been given to understand by the Superintendent of Police of Nanded district. What we also know is that this attacker who's been identified was someone who was, working there, is what we've been given to understand from the police preliminary investigation that has taken place so far. This, of course, was as Sukhbir Singh Badal was exiting, after offering prayers, and he's undergoing treatment at a private hospital nearby. The Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis, has personally spoken to him to inquire about his well-being. And at this point, further investigations will continue. Now, as you know, this is not the first attack. And obviously, there are several angles that are being looked at. But obviously, the most obvious angle that the police would look at is whether, it's similar in nature or not. So obviously that would be one of the first strands of investigation. Having said that, the police have not commented on the investigation so far, only to go as far as to say they've identified the attacker. He belongs to the Nihang sect, is what we've been given to understand from the police initially. And that, of course, is also a matter of investigation. But at this point, what we've given to understand also is that Sukhbir Singh Badal is out of danger. However, he's receiving treatment for his injuries, and also the fact that the police have now nabbed the attacker and are carrying on investigations in the case.
That's right, Saurabh. Well, let's go across to Gurpreet as well, who joins us. And as Saurabh mentioned, we're still waiting for more information as to what led to this attack on Sukhbir Singh Badal. But this is not the first time he's been attacked. Last time, his attacker outside the Golden Temple was Narayan Singh, somebody who was said to be linked to terror group Babbar Khalsa. But just a minute before I come to you, Gurpreet, some more breaking news coming in. The Akali Takht Jathedar has condemned the attack on Sukhbir Singh Badal. They have put out a statement and have strongly condemned the attack on the Shiromani Akali Dal President Sukhbir Singh Badal inside the complex of the Gurudwara Mata Sahib Devaji in Nanded. He said that Sikh devotees from across the country and around the world visit Gurudwaras where prayers are offered for the welfare of all, and such an incident, an attack of this manner taking place at a sacred place of worship, is extremely unfortunate. So that statement are now coming in. The Akali Takht, the highest religious Sikh body, condemning this attack and questioning how such an attack could have taken place in a place of worship. This is something one has seen in all the reactions coming in, shock being expressed that such an attack should take place inside a Gurudwara. Let's go back to Gurpreet now for more on this. And Gurpreet, take us through the political implications of this. Already questions over intelligence failure, the fact that Sukhbir Singh Badal was attacked earlier in 2024 as well.
Well, that is the demand from Shiromani Akali Dal, which they have raised before the police. They say there is a need to go for a deep investigation into this case. Why Sukhbir Singh Badal was targeted there? What was the reason behind it? Who was the person there? Because this is not the first time he has been attacked by somebody. He was earlier attacked by Narayan Singh Choda, who was linked to a terror group, and after that investigation was being carried out. This is the second attack which has been taken place, and Sukhbir Singh Badal was targeted. So even we have seen Shiromani Akali Dal leader, they had raised multiple questions. They say that it seems that anti-Panthic forces could be behind this attack, but they want there should be deep investigation into this whole case so that they will be able to understand. If we can talk about reaction, we have seen reactions have started pouring in across the party line. We have seen that former Union Minister Nihang Sikh, he has also demanded fair investigation into this case. But if we can talk about the Congress party, we have seen Amrinder Singh Raja Vading, Congress chief, he has also put some information on X saying that sacrilegious cases could be one of the reasons behind this attack, because Akali Dal was not able to cases properly. So we wait and watch how the investigation will be unfolded in this case, and this is the prime demand from all the Akali Dal leaders, that there is a need to go for deep investigation to find out who was the person behind, what was his motive, why Sukhbir Singh Badal was targeted there. Back to studio.
All right, Gurpreet, there, giving us context and implications of this attack. And sort of once again for our viewers, what do we know about the attacker who has been arrested? He's somebody who worked at this gurudwara for the past 2 years, and the Sikh body, expressing shock that such an attack could take place in such a religious place.
Yes, it's a very, very revered religious, institution, and obviously there are a lot of visitors there, at the Gurudwara, and of course it's something that obviously is shocking, given that Sukhbir Singh Badal, the former chief minister, has been attacked there. Now, obviously the police have managed to nab the attacker, and what we've been given to understand is that a police personnel has also received injuries. But having said that, thankfully, and by divine interference, perhaps, Sukhbir Singh Badal is out of danger. He's being treated for the injuries that he's received. But it does raise bigger questions, and those are, of course, his security. What can be done to prevent incidents like this? This is not the first time, that he's faced an attack. So obviously these are questions, and also the fact that, the police, at least as far as preliminary investigation into this case is concerned, believe that the accused, who's been identified and used to be here and was doing some sort of service or was working there. Now, the fact that so obviously he was there already. So these are questions now, obviously the police will have to look at, when it comes to, a visiting personality or a visiting dignitary whose security concerns may require a higher level of application of security protocol. So how do they go about that? Also, there is, it's a religious institution, so there are sentiments involved. Sort of things now perhaps will be looked at, but Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, Chief Minister of Maharashtra, has spoken to Sukhbir Singh Badal to inquire about his well-being, is what we've been given to understand.
That's right, Saurabh. And for our viewers, just what do we know so far about, how this attack took place? The attacker, Jaspal Singh, approached him after prayers had been offered. He was with his family, his children, extended family. His wife, Harsimrat Kaur Badal, was also there with him when this attack took place, where the attacker tried to stab him in the stomach, is what we had learned earlier. It was thankfully that his security person managed to intervene, and he was injured in this attack, with Sukhbir Singh Badal sustaining, injury only on his arm, and now he is being treated. He's got stitches on his arm. So take us through what we know so far about this attack.
Well, obviously this is an attack where the motive will be, of course, something that the police will only reveal after an investigation. There's been no official commentary on that yet, because it's really at the preliminary stage of investigation. But having said that, from the facts that are already available in the public domain, from what seems to be revealed in the preliminary investigation, it seems that obviously this is something that perhaps could also, link to the previous attack on Sukhbir Singh Badal. So again, like I said, this comes with the caveat that the police have not commented on the motives so far. But given the circumstances, given the information already in the public domain, obviously the first strand of investigation would be to look at all of these things. And that's something that the police are looking at this point. Now, they've identified the attacker. They've nabbed him. He's in custody. He will be questioned. The motive will primarily emerge from the questioning of the attacker. He would also probably be produced in court after being booked in a case. Case will be registered. So these are all matters that take place procedurally when something like this happens. But however, remember, this is someone who is a political personality, someone who's been the Chief Minister of Punjab, and Punjab goes to elections, very soon. So obviously, there are larger questions, political questions, and the political blame game and all of that that's already happening as far as this case is concerned. So all of that also is something that would weigh very heavily on the police, even though police are trained to not take such matters into consideration when they're investigating and look at the evidence that comes before them. But in this case, obviously, they would have a past to look into. They have this previous incident that's taken place. And the first strand of investigation, whether it's qualified by evidence or not, will obviously be to look at that.
That's right. In fact, all right, Saurabh, some more breaking news coming in, and one more picture of Badal's alleged attacker, in fact, accused in Maharashtra cops' custody. So remember, he has been arrested. The man who attacked Sukhbir Singh Badal, he was a Nihang Sikh who worked there, and there you can see him looking fairly relaxed, if I may say that, in custody of the police at the back of the vehicle there. This is after he launched an attack on Sukhbir Singh Badal. He was attacked. In fact, he attacked him with his kirpan, is what we do know. There was an attempt to stab him in the stomach, is what the preliminary information was. And however, the security personnel managed to intervene and prevent the attack, though he was injured on his arm. That's why we saw those visuals of Sukhbir Singh Badal with a cloth wrapped around his arm. And this is something that has sent shockwaves across Punjab also, because this time, while Sukhbir Singh Badal was attacked earlier in Amritsar, it was outside the Gurudwara. This time, he has been attacked inside the Gurudwara, and that is something that has been extremely shocking in this case. Also, of course, questions over intelligence failure and sort of embarrassment for the Maharashtra government in a sense, because this has taken place there in Maharashtra. He is somebody who has, the highest level of security, somebody who's been attacked again and again, and then something like this takes place. We still don't know the reasons. Jaspal Singh is someone who worked at this Gurudwara for 2 years. He is a Nihang Sikh, and he launched into this attack against Sukhbir Singh Badal.
That's right. Obviously the security questions would have to be looked at, but they'll also be looked at from a lens of, and a prism of, the security setups in religious institutions, because security setups in religious institutions often obviously are also designed, to also respect the sentiments of the institution that they are protecting, and therefore religious sentiment versus security protocols sometimes can lead to a bit of a debate. So obviously those are questions that will be looked at. At this point, though, we have a picture of the attacker, and I just want to correct myself. Of course, Sukhbir Singh Badal is the former Deputy Chief Minister of Punjab, but here, of course, he was with his family. They were all visiting this very, very important religious shrine in the Sikh faith, and obviously his family was there. And again, one cannot obviously, stress enough on the timing, because remember, Punjab also goes into elections, and, that's something that obviously will be looked at as well. But clearly this is something that, is going to be looked at, given that he's the son of, the Akali Dal stalwart and former Chief Minister Prakash Singh Badal. And also, this is something that obviously will be looked at. And in fact, like I said, the first strand of investigation would be to look at, an angle that we already know is associated with, the previous attack. So that is, of course, something that the police cannot leave out. But again, the motive in this particular case would be revealed by an investigation. That's the caveat we always take when we report on an ongoing investigation. But again, there's politics involved, and when it comes to the question of the security accorded to Mr. Badal, this was all in tune with the security he enjoys, the protocols he enjoys. Those protocols were in place, but also, this was a religious institution, so there is always respect for religious sentiments, religious beliefs, religious practices, and sometimes security protocols and religious beliefs can lead to, some sort of slack somewhere. That could be one of the possible assumptions that at this point I call it an assumption, because obviously all of this is going to be a matter of investigation. So obviously that all of that.
Right, Saurabh, and an important point you make there, that when it comes to security, and we're talking about this intelligence failure already, the Maharashtra government has denied this, saying there's no intelligence failure, and this did take place inside the gurudwara. So as you pointed out, there are certain sensitivities that have to be kept in mind, in security in religious places as well. Well, earlier we spoke to Sukhbir Singh Badal's brother-in-law, Bikram Singh Majid, who had a lot to say about intelligence failure, a lot to say about the AAP government as well in Punjab. He made several accusations. We will try and get the AAP government to react, but listen into what his first reactions to this attack were.
God's been very, very kind, Ji, that he's got saved in the second assassination bid on him. It's very unfortunate that things are like this are happening again and again, and there's been a total intel failure. It's a very scary thing for the family to witness it, because his kids, his wife, Harsimrat Kaur Badal, everybody was with him. And it could have been very fatal. The man attempted the second time, but he was overpowered by the security personnel with him. And so, yes, God has saved him the second time. But I guess it's a lesson to be learned by the agencies. They need to get to the bottom of it, that who's behind all this.
All right, shifting focus now to the Air India incident involving a flight from Phuket to Delhi and that lost altitude, injuring passengers. As more details emerge on this incident involving the AI 2379 and its sudden loss of altitude, Civil Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu met with the Air India CEO, the outgoing CEO Campbell Wilson, for a direct account of what just transpired on this flight. NDTV accessed the picture as well. They're on your screens of the pilot who was commanding this flight, who then tested positive for marijuana after screening. Now, senior DGCA officials were also present at that meeting, and with the pilot testing and Air India's flight operations under discussions now, sources say the ministry has asked the DGCA to relook at India's existing dope testing framework. With no equivalent to alcohol breathalyzers for psychoactive substances, regulators are examining ways to strengthen testing protocols. In fact, Air India has already announced that all their pilots are going to undergo dope screening. That is something that Air India has announced on its own without the DGCA directing them to do so. Remember, this has been a very, very shocking case in which this flight, initially we all reported it as turbulence and how the flight lost altitude of 300 feet, but later it turned out there was some technical issues as well on this flight, as well as the fact that the pilot tested positive for marijuana. Let's go across to Danish Anand now for more on this entire story. And Danish, give us the latest we're hearing. You were reporting about how Air India on its own has ordered testing dope screening for all its pilots.
Well, that's correct. Air India has taken a major voluntary step, and right from today, all pilots, all group pilots, by that I mean all Air India and all Air India Express pilots, they will be screened and tested for certain banned substances as well as for banned medications. And this is a major voluntary step that the airline has taken as of now. And let me remind you that there hasn't been any kind of instructions that have been come from the DGCA or from the Ministry of Civil Aviation. And this update is coming at that point in time when the AIB investigation is very deep as we speak. And not just the AIB is leading this investigation, but we have multiple stakeholders that are part of this investigation. The French authorities, which is the BEA, and Airbus, which is the OEM, the manufacturer of the aircraft, they're all part of this. And as far as this particular email that NDTV has seen, we can clearly see that all pilots have been instructed to undergo this test, and these tests will be conducted at the Air India headquarters in Gurugram. And besides this, these tests will also be conducted at the Training Academy of Air India in Gurugram. Besides this, what about those pilots that are in active flying duty? So whenever they land at their next base, they will be tested whenever they land. And the main intention of Air India is to, actually see that over the past week, we have seen that how the image of the airline has globally gone down, because this is a very serious incident that was reported in the Phuket Delhi flight incident. And now we are seeing that the airline is taking major proactive steps in order to kind of restore the faith of the general public, to restore the faith of the government authorities in the entire matter. In fact, I would like to also tell you that just moments ago, top government sources have also told NDTV that the prelim report, which is expected to come out within 30 days, it is most likely to come out in the next few days. As per the ICAO guidelines, the prelim report has to come out within 30 days, but now the government is expediting the entire process.
All right, Danish, thanks so much for joining us with all those latest developments. Lots of questions, not just about the pilot, but also about the flight, the aircraft as well. The NDTV's managing editor, Vishnu Shom's report now, which based on cockpit maintenance records, shows multiple hydraulic system warnings, autopilot failures, and flight control faults before the aircraft plunged 300 feet. Take a look.
Air India confirms that Flight 2379 operating from Phuket to Delhi on the 4th of August experienced a brief in-flight turbulence-related event during cruise, resulting in a momentary change in altitude. There have been no serious injuries as of now. A small number of passengers and crew members with minor injuries requiring medical assessment have been taken to a medical center. So that was the first statement that appeared. Now, it is equally correct that a couple of hours afterwards, at 6:55 p.m. in the evening, 5 hours after the first press release, Air India did update their statement, taking out the word turbulence, but still downplaying the significance of what happened. Their statement said, earlier today, Air India flight AI 2379 operating from Phuket to Delhi experienced a sudden loss of altitude during cruise, so the word turbulence has been removed. After the momentary event, the aircraft continued normally, landed safely in Delhi. The Airbus was carrying 137 passengers, etc., etc. But nowhere in the statement, right, that was any detail of the serious technical issues which the aircraft encountered. Where is the transparency? We now know that 20 people were injured, some are still in hospital, some with broken bones. These initial statements appear to bypass the truth. The first attempt, despite knowing, was a statement which passed it off as being a weather-related issue. The second statement didn't identify how serious the issue was, right? By now, they would have also known that several passengers had been injured by the time that they issued that second notice.
Well, let's shift focus to Parliament. The monsoon session has ended. It ended without any fruitful discussion amid continuous disruptions and uproar by the opposition. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju after that slammed the opposition, saying that the opposition thinks sloganeering and ruckus are their only priority, while Lok Sabha ended with only 19% productivity and Rajya Sabha ended with 39% productivity. Opposition MPs led by Congress MP Pawan Khera today staged a demonstration in Parliament complex carrying a toy monkey, and they raised slogans against the Prime Minister. Doing so, you can see all those leaders holding this stuffed monkey toy. BJP MPs termed this protest as an objectionable act and said that opposition MPs are disrupting the functioning of Parliament. Meanwhile, ND MPs staged a counter-protest against the Congress and Rahul Gandhi over brutality against students who are protesting in Jharkhand.
ये पहली बार है जहां अपोजिशन डिस्कशन से भाग रहे थे। पार्लियामेंट्री डेमोक्रेसी में अपोजिशन डिस्कशन के लिए डिमांड करते हैं और सरकार उसका जवाब देते हैं। ये तरीका होता है क्योंकि लोगों ने हमको चुना देश सेवा के लिए, समाज सेवा के लिए। अपोजिशन सरकार से जवाब मांगता है और सरकार जवाब देना ही होता है पार्लियामेंट के अंदर में। तो पहली बार ये दृश्य देखने को मिला कि सरकार खुद कह रहे हैं कि हम डिस्कशन चाहते हैं और अपोजिशन बहाना बना करके डिस्कशन से भाग रहे हैं। तो ये लोकतंत्र के लिए, विशेष करके संसदीय लोकतंत्र के लिए ठीक नहीं है। प्रेसिडेंशियल फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट में तो लेजिस्लेचर अलग है, एग्जीक्यूटिव अलग है, और लेजिस्लेचर में सिर्फ आपस में डिबेट डिस्कशन होते हैं। पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी में हाउस के अंदर में सवाल जवाब होते हैं, क्वेश्चन आवर चलने नहीं दिया और डिस्कशन सरकार खुद प्रपोज किया, अपोजिशन डिस्कशन से भाग रहे हैं। बोलते हैं कि डिस्कशन सुनेंगे नहीं, मंत्री का जवाब नहीं सुनेंगे।
नहीं, वो आने को तैयारी नहीं ना, जब खुद ही प्राइम मिनिस्टर कदम नहीं रख रहे हैं, होम मिनिस्टर कदम नहीं रख रहे हैं, और मैं अंदर था, मैं सुन रहा था। सुनने के लिए तुम्हारे रूम में बैठ के सुनने के लिए आते हो? अरे या हाउस में बैठ के सुनो। उसके बाद ये सब ऐसे हैं कि दे वांट टू डिस्ट्रॉय डेमोक्रेसी एंड दे वांट टू मीन्स डिमोरलाइज पार्लियामेंट मेंबर्स, एंड वो ये चाहते हैं कि पार्लियामेंट हमारे सामने कुछ नहीं, सब कुछ हम हैं। ये उनकी आदत है और ये इनका ईगो जनता तोड़ेगी।
The entire monsoon session of the parliament stood sacrificed at the altar of the arrogance, delinquence, sense of entitlement, and total indiscipline of the gentleman known as leader of opposition. Mr. Rahul Gandhi, the politics and polity of the country and parliament will not run because under the pressure of your arrogance, sense of entitlement and exceptionalism, कि I will do anything in my own way, my way or highway. लोकतंत्र ऐसे नहीं चलता.
Very, very disappointing session. The House did not function except for one bill. Nothing was taken up for discussion. Everything has been passed in without discussion. It's a very disappointing session. As I've always said, the government has the numbers. It will always have its way. They must give leeway for the opposition to raise issues of concern. They can't stifle the opposition, censor the opposition, and decide what issues the opposition can raise or not raise. You must give opposition the space to have its say. The government can always have its way because they have the majority. And as far as the Home Minister deciding to come and give a statement on the penultimate day of the session, this could have been done earlier.
In other news, a big NDTV impact, our data investigation that revealed discrepancies in Instagram algorithm around Jantar Mantar and Jharkhand protests triggered a big reaction, with the BJP now questioning Meta over the visibility of Jharkhand paper leak protests. Data studied by NDTV shows that the Jantar Mantar student stir on July 20th, when they were attacked, gained visibility, while the Jharkhand student protests on August 10th saw far less traction. And BJP IT chief Amit Valvia has questioned whether Meta is selectively amplifying some content while suppressing others. Malvia says the contrast raises legitimate questions about Instagram's role in shaping India's public discourse. Remember, there were many reels that were made on the Jantar Mantar protests, and it was something that took over everyone's algorithm. And he's directed these questions tagging Meta and Mark Zuckerberg. The BJP is asking why the apparent boost is how they're describing it for the Jantar Mantar protests, but mute for Jharkhand.
जो भारत विरोधी गैंग है ना, वो बहुत एक्टिव है, लेकिन ये झारखंड के छात्र हैं, ये भगवान बिरसा मुंडा के वंशज हैं, जो संकल्प ले लेते हैं उसको पूरा करते हैं, और सीबीआई जांच से कुछ कम मानेंगे नहीं। सीबीआई जांच करानी होगी। अब राहुल गांधी जवाब दो, 600 बच्चों पर FIR किया हुआ। राहुल गांधी जवाब दो, जो बच्चों का, बेटियों का लहू बहा, जवाब दो।
देखो, मैं भी ये सवाल पूछता हूँ कि जो देश की राजनीति है, देश की राजनीति में इन जैसी संस्थाएं जो है उन्होंने नहीं गिरना चाहिए। जंतर मंतर का आंदोलन सरकार के खिलाफ था, इसीलिए दिख रहा था सब जगह एंटी गवर्नमेंट था, और यहाँ अपोजिशन के खिलाफ था, वहाँ उनकी सरकार है, तो वहाँ नहीं दिखा रहा था, दिख नहीं रहा था। तो मेरे जैसे नया सांसद है, मेरे भी मन में क्वेश्चन निर्माण हो गया कि ऐसा क्यों चल रहा है? ये क्या जो जंतर मंतर का आंदोलन क्या बूस्टिंग किया था क्या?
There are serious allegations on the platform. The platform needs to answer that does its algorithm suppress a particular type of content and it promotes a particular type of content. The recent data which has come up points towards an allegation that Meta attempted to de-boost and de-amplify content related to Jharkhand student protest. If these allegations are found true, it proves that the platform is not behaving as a platform. The allegations are serious and the platform need to answer, because the Indian democracy cannot have interference from any foreign platform, company or handler.
All right, so lots of reactions there from the BJP. So let's just listen into Shiv Arur breaking down the data.
Viewer, if you're on Instagram, if you're on social media, if you consume YouTube, you've probably noticed something very strange. Jantar Mantar was everywhere on your feed. Every scroll, every feed, every platform, Instagram, YouTube, it was exploding on every timeline and trend. But the equally loud, colorful and dramatic student protests raging even now in Jharkhand are virtually invisible. Where is it on your feed? Yes, the protests are different. One was national in India's capital, one is state-specific. But Ranchi has everything that these Insta algorithms supposedly love. Tens of thousands of angry young people, Gen Z rage taking the momentum of the national mood, barricades, clashes, tear gas, lathi charge, water cannons, powerful visuals, and yet virality, zero boost, zero visibility. What explains it? Are we simply watching attention move on? Or is the Instagram algorithm effectively deciding which youth uprising becomes a national phenomenon and which one simply disappears? In the absence of data, that sounds like speculation, except tonight we do have data and the numbers are striking. First off, remember, the standard caveats apply as far as the obvious differences, viewer, between the Jantar Mantar and Jharkhand protests are concerned. Today, I've worked with data analytics firm Data Beings to paint you a picture. Consider this first. 48 crore Indians are on Instagram. My young colleague Krutarth Patnaik tells me as he helped me put this story together. That's a third of this country, almost 40% between the ages of 18 to 35. Now, very quickly, raise your hand if you saw the same amount of content on Instagram about Jantar Mantar and the Jharkhand protests. Chances are almost nobody has raised their hand. The truth is, this was the same issue of student rage, same generation, Gen Z, same platform. But weird, isn't it? Only the location changed and somehow that was enough for the Instagram algorithm to decide that one deserved your attention and the other did not. Data Beings ran the numbers for us. Search Delhi CJP protest, 5,239 posts. Sounds big, but in reality, it's 0.001% of Instagram's India user base. But didn't it feel like all of Instagram was simply heaving with this one Jantar Mantar topic? Here's why it felt that way. Those 5,239 posts came from just 3,100 unique accounts and they reached 1.85 crore people. That's 5,806 times amplification. 3,547 engagements per post. That's how a protest in Jantar Mantar becomes a national Insta-wide sensation. Now change just one word, Ranchi student protest. 1,062 posts, 290 accounts, the reach just 6 lakh. 6 lakh compared to 1.8 crore in Delhi. Now remember the caveats, but consider that difference for something projected as raw, youthful student rage. So ask yourself one question. What made the Instagram algorithm decide that Jantar Mantar needed 3 times more amplification as compared to Ranchi's Lathi charge? Now watch what happened when we look at everyone's favorites, Reels. This is the average view per Reel from the top 100 handles and their day-by-day coverage of both these protests. NDTV's DataFi team also helped decode some of this data that was provided to us by data beings. Delhi's curve is a slow, steady climb. It spikes after the police clash on July the 20th and peaks with nearly 3 lakh views per day, per reel on the day Dharmendra Pradhan resigned. 3 weeks of sustained Instagram oxygen. Jharkhand's curve tells a different story. It actually spikes harder. 2.8 lakh views per reel in the very first days, right when the protests began. Now, for a moment, the algorithm seemed to notice what's happening in Jharkhand, and then look at how it collapses. By the time Ranchi had its own police clash on August the 10th, the algorithm had already completely disappeared. So Jharkhand wasn't ignored. It's almost like it was sampled and then deliberately disappeared and suppressed. And here's the number that actually matters, viewer. Not just views, but the share of coverage. What percentage of everything the top 100 handles posted was about each protest? At its peak, Jantar Mantar wasn't just trending, it was the Instagram feed. 1 in every 3 reels posted by the top accounts on the day the minister resigned. What about Jharkhand? At its absolute highest point, the day of its own police clash, Jharkhand had a whopping share of 3% in the top 100 coverage handles. 3, not 30, just 3. So don't tell me fewer people had something to say about Ranchi. Tell me why the top 100 handles on Instagram decided it was worth 3% of their feed and Delhi was worth 30. Was Jharkhand not aesthetic enough for our top handles and meta algorithm that made it seem like Gen Z rebellion was the year's biggest turning point? So in the spirit of the ongoing crusade of accountability, make sure you ask this question, my dear Gen Z viewers. Is social media truly more democratic? With an equal voice to each and every one of us? The reason why I bring this to you is that polls suggest that 84 to 91% of Gen Z consume news and current events on social media. Well, dear Gen Z viewer, if this catches your attention tonight, while you scroll, do ask yourself, does my social media platform play favorites? Is that next post that I'm about to upload, hoping to reach more like-minded individuals, who actually decides whether it will make the cut? Because I can promise you, it's not surely you.
All right, with that, time for us to slip into a short break. Coming up on the other side, find out why Mallikarjun Kharge got emotional in the Rajya Sabha today.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
होम फल से रैप करो क्रिस्पी वेजीज पैक करो होम फल से पैक करो फ्रेशनेस को ट्रैप करो होम फल रैप करो अनरैप करो थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात वाओ मम्मा क्या स्वाद है अरे मेरे राजा मसाला
When others are warming up, I'm raring to go. The stories that matter, the stories that shape your life.
Hello and welcome to watching Prime 5 with me, Raisha Sehgal, on Saturday. How to
The show that sets the prime time agenda.
We'll be deep diving into this topic to tell you what's at stake.
Join me, Raisha Sehgal, on Prime 5, only on NDTV 24/7.
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones.
dislocation from Tel Aviv.
brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke to him at length yesterday.
The Ayatollah Khamenei is gone. There has been a missile attack right behind you, and we need to rush into a shelter heading there. Will Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli resign?
And now, Aditya Raj Kaur, covering international affairs like no one else, only on NDTV network. The front lines of Kargil, the fury of Operation Sindhu,
So many attacks.
the chaos and cries of disaster zones, to fighter jet cockpits, and the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break. Live, unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Centre.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine.
In France, in Italy.
At Srinagar. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
This is the show where we bring you all the hot and happenings from the world of entertainment and lifestyle.
Really?
Fashion that made you gag. Films that made you fangirl.
Welcome back. A political row has erupted in Uttarakhand over a Shuddhikaran ritual at Mallikarjun Kharge's Haldwani rally venue. The Congress president had addressed a rally at Ramleela Maidan on the 8th of August, and then 3 days later a Havan and purification ceremony was held at the same venue by Hindu groups. Remember, Mallikarjun Kharge is a Dalit. An emotional Kharge then hit out in the Rajya Sabha at what he called an anti-Dalit mindset, asking what the need for a Havan was and accusing them of inciting caste divisions. He hit out at the authorities there, the BJP. But BJP leader JP Nadda denied any party links to this Shuddhikaran, to this Havan, while condemning the act. Nadda said the BJP does not endorse such acts and has promised a probe into this Shuddhikaran.
सर, बड़े दुख के साथ कहना पड़ता है, मैं हल्द्वानी में पब्लिक स्पीच में रामलीला मैदान में रामलीला स्टेज पे भाषण किया और लाखों लोग वहां पर थे। उस वक्त मैंने किसी समाज का, किसी धर्म का नाम नहीं लिया, सिर्फ मैं लोगों के समस्याओं को वहां पर बताया। लेकिन मेरे स्पीच होने के बाद कल वो लोग, बीजेपी के लोग सब मिलके हवन करके उस स्टेज का शुद्धिकरण करने का काम किए। ये you might have read in the newspaper. Is it the way in democracy? How you are protecting the constitution? That too, I am a leader of opposition. I am serving
बीजेपी, क्योंकि खड़गे साहब ने कहा कि बीजेपी के लोग थे, मैं स्पष्ट करना चाहता हूं, यहां राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी भी बैठे हैं और मैं भी पूर्व राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष रहा हूं। बीजेपी डज नॉट सब्सक्राइब टू सच एक्टिविटीज, नेवर। लेकिन आपने कहा है हम इसकी तहकीकात भी करेंगे, लेकिन मैं स्पष्ट करना चाहता हूं, इस तरह की एक्टिविटी को भारतीय जनता पार्टी कभी भी सब्सक्राइब नहीं करती है। मैं भर्त्सना करता हूं और मैं भर्त्सना भी करता हूं और राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी इसको गहराई से देखेंगे भी।
लेकिन आपकी भावनाओं को जो ठेस पहुंची है वो सच में हम सबके लिए खेद का विषय है।
All right, JP Nadda, they're denying any link to the BJP on this shameful Shuddhikaran ceremony that took place after Mallikarjun Kharge spoke about no place for Dalits in this country. With that, we'll slip into a short break. More news on the other side. Mallikarjun Kharge gets emotional after his rally venue was purified by Hindu groups as there's no place for Dalits in this country. Nadda condemns the Shuddhikaran promises a probe.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, मसाला।
Celebrating excellence across journalism and innovation, NDTV steals the spotlight at the 12th BCS Ratna Awards 2025-26. Best English News Channel of the Year, NDTV 24/7. Best News App of the Year, NDTV. Best Election Coverage of the Year, West Bengal Election Coverage. Best Podcast Show of the Year, NDTV Control All Defense. Best Primetime Anchor of the Year, Syed Suhail. Best Female Anchor of the Year, Vasudha Venugopal. Best On-Ground Coverage of the Year, Operation Sindoor Coverage. NDTV, the network of impact.
ये लीजिए भाई, मैंने बनाया है। व्हाट्सएप आपके साथ खाइए ना। ऐसे आप कहाँ से हैं? हरियाणा। कब गए थे लास्ट वहाँ पे? 1.5 महीने पे। और आपकी फैमिली है? बच्चे हैं? 3 साल। मिस करते होंगे आप उन्हें ना? बहुत। फैमिली विजिट करने अलाउड है? श्रीनगर तक अलाउड। 1 हफ्ते की शूटिंग के बाद मुझे घर की याद आ जाती है। सी द सैक्रिफाइस इज अनबिलीवेबल, यू नो।
From the newsroom to the studio to the thick of political action.
You're watching NDTV 24/7. The hope is that beyond this election, this will be one of the major issues. With multiple challengers in the fray, the TMC also has done a bit of rejigging. Remember, this is also a district that has been plagued by communal violence. Come to some of the sabhas that the BJP is also organizing, especially in the
Welcome back. The Kaur Yatra may be over, but Haridwar is now dealing with the massive waste left behind by millions of pilgrims. Nearly 5 crore devotees visited Haridwar this Sawan to collect water from the Ganga. But as they returned after Shivratri, they left behind mountains of garbage across the ghats, roads and parking areas. At Har Ki Pauri, which is the most holy part, the most holy ghat in Haridwar, visuals showed discarded cloths, plastic waste, even bottles allegedly filled with urine in changing rooms. Cleaners were seen removing these bottles without any gloves or masks. Authorities say that at least 7,000 tons of garbage has already been moved to dumping grounds in Haridwar. That's a problem in its own. The problem also extends beyond Haridwar in Rishikesh, in Gangotri, a religious dham, a designated plastic-free zone and part of the fragile Himalayan ecosystem. There as well, 57 sacks of waste were collected after the yatra was over. Well, with that, time for us to slip into a short break. International news on the other side. Stay with us.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा, मसाला।
Celebrating excellence across journalism and innovation, NDTV steals the spotlight at the 12th BCS Ratna Awards 2025-26. Best English News Channel of the Year, NDTV 24/7. Best News App of the Year, NDTV. Best Election Coverage of the Year, West Bengal Election Coverage. Best Podcast Show of the Year, NDTV Control All Defense. Best Primetime Anchor of the Year, Syed Suhail. Best Female Anchor of the Year, Vasudha Venugopal. Best On-Ground Coverage of the Year, Operation Sindoor Coverage. NDTV, the network of impact.
ये लीजिए भाई, मैंने बनाया है व्हाट्सएप आपके साथ, खाइए ना। ऐसे आप कहाँ से हैं? हरियाणा। कब गए थे लास्ट वहाँ पे? 1.5 महीने पे। और आपकी फैमिली है? बच्चे हैं? 3 साल। मिस करते होंगे आप उन्हें ना? बहुत। फैमिली विजिट करने अलाउड है? श्रीनगर तक अलाउड। 1 हफ्ते की शूटिंग के बाद मुझे घर की याद आ जाती है। सी द सैक्रिफाइस इज अनबिलीवेबल, यू नो।
Welcome back. Now, what happens when a president's social media posts become a Wall Street product? Trump Media is now charging professional traders up to $100,000 a month for faster access to Truth Social posts, including posts from the President Donald Trump himself. The company says it's simply selling public data, but when those posts can move markets, the questions around speed, fairness, and conflict of interest become harder to ignore. Here's a report.
Trump's Truth Social posts are now a Wall Street product. Trump Media says traders are paying up to $100,000 a month for faster access. More than 10 customers have already signed up. The service is called Truth API. It delivers Truth Social posts to professional traders faster than the public. And in markets, even a split-second head start can matter. That is especially true for high-frequency trading firms. These companies use powerful computers to analyze information and execute trades in fractions of a second. And Trump's post can sometimes move markets. The company says customers are currently paying between $60,000 and $100,000 a month for the service. Trump Media is also looking beyond trading firms, including technology companies, new organizations, and betting markets. For Trump Media, the timing is significant. The company reported a $238 million net loss in the April to June quarter. Revenue was just $1.7 million, despite rising 89% from a year earlier. A major factor behind the loss was the company's exposure to cryptocurrency. Trump Media has been expanding aggressively into digital assets, with financial assets making up the vast majority of its roughly $2 billion asset base. But Truth API could give Trump Media a new stream of recurring revenue. The company is expanding into crypto and other business, and now it is looking to monetize Trump's market-moving posts. We'll report NDTV World.
All right, with that, time for us to slip into a short break. More news and updates on the other side. Stay with us. Mallikarjun Kharge gets emotional in the Rajya Sabha after his rally.
From the newsroom to the studio to the thick of political action.
Now watching NDTV 24/7, the hope is that beyond this election, this will be one of the major issues. With multiple challengers in the fray, the TMC also has done a bit of rejig. Remember, this is also a district that has been plagued by communal violence. Come to some of the sabhas that the BJP is also organizing, especially in the villages of West Bengal.
When stories have impact,
Padmaja Joshi, managing editor and prime-time anchor.
then news has influence. The buck stops here with Padmaja Joshi.
Your work is being watched by people. You think that you're making an impact in this time. I think that's really a huge validation, very rewarding, and I'm pretty certain that Team NDTV will go from strength to strength.
Launch control 0 to 100.
This isn't just about cars and bikes. This is about how you move.
This car makes no sense, yet it makes every sense.
What we are sitting inside is a Joby-powered air taxi. Your friend said, "Ye le le." We said, maybe not. Hi, my name is Siddharth Sharma. I'm your NDTV Automate, your ultimate guide into the world of automobiles and mobility.
Celebrating excellence across journalism and innovation, NDTV steals the spotlight at the 12th BCS Ratna Awards 2025-26. Best English News Channel of the Year, NDTV 24/7. Best News App of the Year, NDTV. Best Election Coverage of the Year, West Bengal Election Coverage. Best Podcast.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Prime 5 with me, Raisha Sehgal. On the show today, Akali Dal Chief and former Deputy Chief Minister of Punjab Sukhbir Singh Badal attacked in Maharashtra's Nanded. The accused has been arrested and Badal is out of danger. We'll take you through the key details of this story, but first the headlines. Former Punjab Deputy Chief Minister and Akali Dal Chief Sukhbir Singh Badal attacked in Nanded during a private visit. The accused has been identified as Jaspal Singh. Chief Minister Fadnavis condemns attack, orders probe. Parliamentary Affairs Minister slam opposition disruption in Parliament, says government was ready to discuss all issues but opposition ran away. Showdown over opposition MPs, monkey protest in Parliament. Opposition brings monkey toy, mocks Prime Minister Modi. BJP lashes out at the INDIA bloc. UN body confirms Al-Qaeda involvement in the Red Fort blast that killed 11 a few months ago. Report says Al-Qaeda offshoot showed sustained interest over many years in developing chemical and biological weapons. Kharge gets emotional after his rally venue was purified by Hindu group, says there's no place for Dalits in this country. Nadda condemns Shuddhikaran, vows probe against those who performed Havan. NDTV Big Impact. BJP questions Meta's selective boost, questions Meta over alleged bias in boosting student protest-related content on Instagram. BJP raises questions over how such content is being amplified on the platform. The Coimbatore engineering student murder case has now turned into a political flashpoint in Tamil Nadu. The DMK has hit out at the Vijay government, alleging that the student killed for exposing a drug network. And we're starting off with some breaking news regarding the Phuket to Delhi flight. Air India Expresses has now Flight Safety has now urged pilots and employees to voluntarily self-declare any use or misuse of psychoactive substances that could affect their fitness for duty. In a communication to employees, the airline said such declarations would be treated confidentially and sensitively, with information shared strictly on a need-to-know basis. The report, according to the letter, will be accessible only to senior officials, including the head of medical services, chief human resource officer, chief of flight safety, and also the concerned departmental head. The advisory has now been issued in line with the applicable civil aviation requirements, or CAR, further underscoring the airline's focus on ensuring that crew members are fit to safely perform their duties. And of course, this comes at a time when the Air India pilot was high. He had smoked up marijuana, which led to that 300-foot altitude drop, injuring 17 passengers. I'm going across to my colleague Tanushka from on this. Tanushka, Air India Express given out the statement further urging its pilots to come out and self-declare themselves if they've self-medicated, and they've said that this information will be extremely confidential. Of course, a step forward in the safety of the passengers, because this just comes after that Air India mishap.
Right, Yasha. So Air India, to be precise, has ordered this mandatory screening of all group pilots. Screening is for substances, medications, which are not permitted under rules. And this mandatory testing is to begin across Air India group from today onwards. Air India has also said that this new screening goes beyond existing DGCA requirements. Remember that the DGCA...
All right, we'll come back to you shortly. I have some big breaking news coming in. Prime Minister Modi has now inquired about Sukhbir Singh Badal's health in a phone conversation with his wife, Harsimrat Kaur Badal. This comes after he was attacked earlier in Maharashtra's Nanded. There's, of course, been a probe which has been launched. But big news coming in is that Prime Minister Modi has also spoken with Badal after attack. The former Deputy Chief Minister of Punjab is, of course, out of danger as we speak. A probe has also been launched. The attacker has also been identified as Jaspal Singh. I will go across to my colleague Akhilesh from on this. Akhilesh, big developments coming in. Prime Minister Modi has spoken with Badal and has also inquired a high-level probe into this incident.
That's correct. In fact, not only the state government but also the central government has taken this entire incident very seriously. The State Chief Minister, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, has ordered a probe to look into this entire incident where Sukhbir Singh Badal, who is the chief of Shiromani Akali Dal, was attacked when he was on a visit to a gurudwara in Maharashtra, and that's a very serious matter. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself calling Harsimrat Kaur, wife of Sukhbir Singh Badal, and inquiring about his health, and also wished that he recovers as soon as possible.
Right, Akhilesh, at this point of time, we've also received the motive of the accused who has been arrested, Jaspal Singh. He was in Nihang, and he said that he wasn't really happy with what is happening in Punjab, and that is why this attack took place on Sukhbir Singh Badal. But fast-moving developments, because at this point of time, it's not just the Maharashtra CM who has inquired about what has happened and seek reassurance about Sukhbir Singh Badal's health, because this happened in Maharashtra's Nanded, but also Prime Minister Modi, who has swung into action and has taken this into his own hands, requiring more information about how such an incident happened despite high-level security with Sukhbir Singh Badal, and also spoken with him and his wife, as this incident is the second attack on Sukhbir Singh Badal in less than 2 years.
That's correct. In fact, the first incident took place when he was at the Golden Temple, and that point of time, he was somebody trying to attack him with a revolver. He was caught before he could do that, and now the second attack has happened at Nanded in Maharashtra when he had visited this gurudwara. And of course, the security agencies are not looking this as an isolated incident. They are probing the entire sequence of events. They are also looking into behind the motive. Is it related to the kind of activities which have been happening in the security agencies are, trying to connect all the dots. And in meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself has taken cognizance, and he has spoken to Sukhbir Singh Badal and his wife Harsimrat Kaur, who is a Lok Sabha MP. Also, just remember that just few days ago, Mr. Sukhbir Singh Badal had a meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi at his office in Parliament, and at that point of time also, even immediately after that, next day, he had announced that his party will support the delimitation bill and the women reservation bill.
Because Sukhbir Singh Badal, who was on a private visit at Maharashtra's Nanded, at that highly religious gurudwara, he was accompanied by his wife and he was given Z plus security was deployed. That's what even the Nanded collector has said. But give us a lowdown of all the security measures that have been put in place for Sukhbir Singh Badal, and how not just the state government Maharashtra who swung into action, but also Prime Minister Modi, who himself has dialed Sukhbir Singh Badal to know about his health and has also inquired a high-level probe into how such an incident has happened, because this just comes few months ahead of the elections in Punjab.
That's correct. In fact, as you have mentioned, that he is a highly protected VIP person. He has been given Z security, which is one of the highest security categories given to any individual by the central government, by the Home Ministry. So, of course, Home Ministry will also seek a report that how come this incident has happened despite he is such highly protected. And as I mentioned earlier, that, of course, keeping in view the upcoming Punjab elections, the kind of activities which have been taking place in Punjab, the central government and also the intelligence agencies are worried that, extra caution has to be adopted as far as the security is concerned. And that's why this incident has been taken very seriously, not only by the state government, but also by the central government, the Home Ministry also. They will also seek a report from the state government into this incident. And they will, of course, try to address all these issues. They will also try to now, tighten the security of Mr. Sukhbir Singh Badal, because Punjab elections are just few months ahead now. And there is talk that Akali Dal and the BJP can also join hands once back. So that's why it's very important that this incident is taken seriously.
Insights, of course, Sukhbir Singh Badal is out of danger, and a high-level probe has been ordered not just by the state government but also Prime Minister Modi, who himself has called Sukhbir Singh Badal's wife to know about his health conditions. And we have some more breaking news coming in on this very story. Sources familiar with the investigation say that the accused, who has now been arrested, his name, Jaspal Singh, identified himself to police as a law graduate from Pune. According to police sources, Singh told investigators that he had taken up the Nihang identity, it's a community in Sikhism, only a few years ago, and was angry with Sukhbir Singh Badal over the drug menace, the drug problem in Punjab. Sources say he allegedly blamed Sukhbir Singh Badal for what he described as the state becoming extremely reliable on drugs and the use of drugs in the state of Punjab. He further told investigators that this was the reason, this was the anger behind the attack. Now, all these claims by Jaspal Singh, the accused who has been arrested, is a part of the ongoing investigation, and it has not been independently verified so far. Remember, Jaspal Singh is the accused who has been arrested. I will go across to my colleague Saurabh Gupta for more on this. Saurabh, while NDTV has been tracking all angles of this story, now we've also learnt the motive of the attack. One individual named Jaspal Singh of the Nihang community who attacked Sukhbir Singh Badal, and he has rather said that it is because of the drug problem in Punjab, because of which I attacked Sukhbir Singh Badal. However, these claims are not independently verified so far. What are you learning at this point of time?
Well, any claim made in police custody, unless it's recorded in front of a magistrate, is something that does not have any evidentiary value in the law. So obviously, this is a statement. This is helpful in the investigation. This directs towards a motive for having attacked Sukhbir Badal. But is it the motive? What is the real purpose behind this attack? These are questions that the police will have to do after recording his statement formally. This interrogation is preliminary. This is not something that obviously would amount to evidence or documentary sort of records, given the fact that this is just preliminary information. This is what he's told the police upon being apprehended by the police. But the police are going into it. Remember, Akhilesh was mentioning that phone call from the Prime Minister. So obviously it's being being looked at, being supervised at the very top level. The Chief Minister of Maharashtra has also spoken to Mr. Badal on the phone. And obviously, he's receiving the treatment that he requires. But one of the things that's also come to light, this could have been much worse for Mr. Badal had not the security personnel who were accompanying him had stepped in. And what we've been given to understand is that the Badals have expressed their gratitude to that police personnel who was there, who kind of took the blow and tried and almost in a sense ensured that Mr. Badal got away with just injuries and nothing more severe. So obviously this has also happened, but yes, this is an investigation that's being looked at and supervised from the very top. The Chief Minister of the state, Devendra Fadnavis, has already spoken to the police, and of course now the Prime Minister has spoken to Mr. Badal's family as well.
Right, Saurabh, stay with me. I'll come back to you shortly. We have more breaking news coming in on this very story. The Nanded collector of Maharashtra has now confirmed that Sukhbir Singh Badal and a security personnel, the PSI of Sukhbir Singh Badal, sustained minor hand injuries in the attack. According to the collector, both Badal and the injured PSI are stable. They both are out of danger. And Badal, along with his security guard, suffered a 4 to 5 centimeter wound on his right hand and is currently receiving treatment. The attack took place while Badal was returning from Mata Sahib Gurudwara in Mugat in Nanded. The collector also said that this was a private family visit, but Badal was travelling with full Z plus security cover when this attack took place. Take a listen to what the Nanded collector said.
पंजाब के ऑनरेबल डिप्टी सीएम नांदेड़ के टूर पे थे। उसमें माता साहब मुगट का जो गुरुद्वारा है वहाँ से वो आते समय उनके ऊपर अटेम्प्ट किया उनको अटैक करने का। उसमें उनको माइनर इंजरी हुई है। जो स्पेशल प्रोटेक्शन यूनिट का जो पीएसआई है उनको भी इंजरी हुई है। तो अभी दोनों की जो तबीयत है वो स्टेबल है, आउट ऑफ डेंजर है एंड पुलिस ने उनको कस्टडी में लिया है। तो आगे का इन्वेस्टिगेशन पुलिस कर रही है।
सर कहाँ लगा है? पुलिस अफसर को कहाँ लगा है और बादल जी को कहाँ लगा है?
दोनों को भी हाथ पे लगा है। उनको राइट फोर आर्म पे आई थिंक 4-5 सेंटीमीटर कुछ वाउंड है। तो उनका अभी डॉक्टर इलाज कर रहे हैं।
I'm going to go across to my colleague Saurabh on this. Saurabh, like you also mentioned a short while ago, that this could have gotten worse for Sukhbir Singh Badal because despite a Z plus security, an attack like this by Jaspal Singh belonging to the Nihang community of Sikhs.
Well, one has to take into consideration when it is about deploying security personnel at a religious institution, there are also sentiments involved. So security personnel often have to take care of those religious sentiments, the practices that are in tune with the institution, the place of worship. And sometimes, security protocols can clash with the sentiments or the practices. So it's a fine balancing act for security personnel as well. Now, in this case, as it was mentioned earlier, there was no intelligence lapse. He had full security. He had Z plus security. But this man was already inside. He was working there, is what we were being given to understand. So obviously, this is something that is beyond the purview of a regular security protocol. And that's something that obviously perhaps now will have to be looked at, especially when it comes to the Badals, because remember, this is not the first time that has happened to them. It's the second attack on Mr. Badal, and obviously the security forces will have to look at how they can protect him without him having to face these kind of one may say life-threatening institutions. He got away. Thankfully, that security personnel intervened in time, but it could have been worse, and that's something that obviously the security agencies that are entrusted with the protection of Mr. Badal will definitely look into.
Right. Stay with me, Saurabh. I am also being joined by Gurpreet from Chandigarh. Gurpreet, what more do you know as of now? Both Sukhbir Singh Badal and, of course, his security guard, they're out of danger, but this attack happening right ahead of Punjab elections.
Well, yes, that is why it is very important. We have seen all the top Shiromani Akali Dal leaders, they have been demanding that immediately there should be deep investigation into this case. This is not first attack on Sukhbir Singh Badal. Earlier, it was also seen that the same attack has been taken place at the Golden Temple when he was targeted, and the person who was arrested, he belonged to one of the terror groups. Now, all the top leaders, they have been demanding there is need to go for deep investigation to just find out what was the motive behind this attack and who was the person, why he had attacked Sukhbir Singh Badal. But if we can talk about the politics, that has also started playing up here in the state. One side, we have seen the Congress party, they have put some information on the tweet saying that when Akali Dal was in power, they were not able to handle sacrilegious cases very clearly. And that could be possible reasons why this attack had been taken place. Similarly, we have seen the Aam Aadmi Party has also talking about sacrilegious cases which has been taken place during Akali Dal government. So they are also saying the people had a deep anger against Shiromani Akali Dal. But we have to wait and watch how the investigation will be unfolded. But here in Chandigarh, we have seen all the top leaders of Shiromani Akali Dal, they have been demanding deep investigation into this case. So we have to wait and watch what will be the final outcome of this investigation which is being carried out by the police there. Back to studio.
Right. Stay with me, Gurpreet and Saurabh. Will come back to you shortly. Let's tell our viewers all that has happened, all that transpired when the Shiromani Akali Dal chief Sukhbir Singh Badal was attacked. But coming up, some breaking news for you. The Shiromani Akali Dal has now held a press conference following the attack on Sukhbir Singh Badal, with party leader Bikram Singh Majithia calling it a serious and a deliberate assassination attempt on Badal. He has alleged that the attack was carried out from close range and was deliberate, it was purposeful, and it was motivated as well. The Akali Dal has also demanded a CBI probe into this attack, questioning the circumstances surrounding the incident and calling for a thorough investigation. This, of course, at a time when Jaspal Singh, the accused, has been arrested, and he has given out his motives for the attack. Was this attack second attack in less than 2 years, happening around the vicinity of Gurudwara, despite Sukhbir Singh Badal and his wife visiting the area for a private event. But despite his Z-plus security, he has been attacked while he has been out of danger, including his PSI. The Sukhbir Singh, the Shiromani Akali Dal has given out a press conference, and they say that that the attack was carried out from a close range, it was deliberate, it was motivated, and there are some more motives behind this. I will go across to Gurpreet for more on this. Gurpreet, Shiromani Akali Dal's press conference, they're saying that there is more than what meets the eye. Of course, Jaspal Singh, the accused who has been arrested, says that it is the eye carried out the attack because of the drug menace in Punjab. But the Shiromani Akali Dal say that there is more than just that one reason given. It was a deliberate assassination on Sukhbir Singh Badal.
Well, as we have already discussed, that is one of the main reasons why Bikramjit Singh Majithia, senior Akali Dal leader, he has demanded for the CBI probe, because this was not a first attack which has been taken place on Sukhbir Singh Badal, Shiromani Akali Dal leader. This was the second attack. He says earlier the police had carried out investigation and it seems that that investigation was not up to mark, and this is the second attack which has been taken place. Why the CBI should not investigate this case? So as of now, it seems that the way this whole incident had been taken place here in Shiromani Akali Dal leaders, they have been demanding a deep investigation into this case, and they feel this is the second attack on Sukhbir Singh Badal. So there is a need to find out who are the people behind this attack, because in earlier attack it was seen that the person who was arrested by Punjab police, the person belonged to one of the terror groups, and that is one of the main reasons why Bikramjit Singh Majithia, senior Akali Dal leader, he has been demanding CBI investigation into this case. And before 2027 polls, if such attack had been taken place on the Shiromani Akali Dal leader, so it needs to be investigated in detail, because the elections are coming and he will be roaming in Punjab. He will be holding various rallies in Punjab. So for the political scenario, he wants that there should be proper security should be given. And if there was an investigation which was carried by the Punjab police, why the details were not being revealed properly? Had they revealed all the details, the security could have been given more and this incident could have been avoided. So let's see that whether the CBI investigation will be started in this case or not. We have to wait and watch.
Right, Gurpreet. The Shiromani Akali Dal demanding for a CBI probe. Prime Minister Modi has also ordered for an inquiry, including the Maharashtra CM, various angles to be looked at. Stay with me, Gurpreet. Let's now tell our viewers all that has transpired during that attack on Sukhbir Singh Badal. The Shiromani Akali Dal chief, Sukhbir Singh Badal, has now been attacked with a kirpan at Nanded's Hazur Sahib gurudwara. The accused has been arrested. His name, Jaspal Singh, belonging to the Nihang communities of the Sikh. While the motive, as of now, the overall motive remains unclear. We have heard Jaspal Singh coming out in the police custody and saying that he attacked Badal because of the drug menace in Punjab. Meanwhile, Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has now ordered a probe into the attack. The attack unfolded shortly after Sukhbir Singh Badal's visit to the Hazur Sahib Gurudwara in Maharashtra's Nanded. The accused approached him with a kirpan, but a security guard intervened. His PSI, who has also been injured, both of them suffered 4 to 5 centimeters of cut on their right hand. Badal suffered a hand injury and was rushed to the hospital, while the accused had allegedly posed himself as a devotee. He says that he is a part of the Nihang community of Sikhs. Police have identified the accused as Jaspal Singh. He is a Nihang who had been working as a sevadar at the Gurudwara for the past 2 years. And during his interrogation, he says that he is also a law graduate from Pune. He has now been arrested and is being questioned as police continue to probe the motive behind the attack. This is not the first time that Sukhbir Singh Badal has faced an attack. His convoy was targeted with stones in 2017 and his SUV was attacked again in 2021 as well. A shoe was also thrown at him later that year, followed by a shooting attempt at the Golden Temple in 2024. Now, he has been attacked with a kirpan in Maharashtra's Nanded.
जो भी हमला हुआ है उस गुरुद्वारा में जो उनकी जो कमेटी है जिसने हमला किया है वो बंदा वहीं पर 2 साल से काम कर रहा था और अभी उसने किस इंटेंशन से वह हमला किया है क्यों हमला किया है उसके सब इंक्वायरी हमने चालू की है और इंक्वायरी के बाद पता चलेगा।
कुछ इंक्वायरी कमेटी बिठाई है, आपकी कुछ बातचीत हुई है वहाँ के एसपी से?
कंसर्न जो आईजी है मेरे उनके साथ में बात हुई है, वहाँ के जो कलेक्टर है मेरे उनके साथ में बात हुई है और ऑनरेबल सीएम सर ने भी इसमें इंक्वायरी शुरू करने के आदेश दिए हैं, कंसर्न एसपी को आदेश दिए हैं और इसमें जो भी उनकी सिक्योरिटी जो कैटेगरी है वो कैटेगरी उनको प्रोवाइड की गई थी। जेड सिक्योरिटी उनको है तो जेड सिक्योरिटी उनको दी गई थी।
व्हाट इज़ योर रिस्पॉन्स टू दिस अटैक दैट हैज टेकन प्लेस? कैसे देखते हैं आप इस पूरे मसले को?
डेफिनेटली इट्स अ वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट कि पॉलिटिकली आपकी जितनी मर्जी राइवलरी हो लेकिन इस तरह का कोई भी एक्ट है कि वो कतई बर्दाश्त नहीं किया जा सकता और गुरुद्वारा साहिब के कैंपस में तो बिल्कुल इजाज़त नहीं दी जा सकती और मैं मांग करूंगा महाराष्ट्र सरकार इस पे थॉरली जांच करे और जो भी लोग हैं ऐसे जिन्होंने इस तरह का हमला किया है उनके खिलाफ़ कानूनी कार्रवाई हो और जो सुखबीर बादल जी हैं वो जल्दी सेहतयाब हों, मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ।
इससे पहले भी एक बार पंजाब में इसी तरह का हमला हुआ था उन पे, बेअदबी जब हुई थी उसके बाद, तो क्या आपको लगता है कि कहीं ना कहीं क्यों हो रहा है इस तरह का, क्योंकि दूसरी बार हुआ है?
देखिए इसमें तो कोई दो राय नहीं है। एक जो सेक्शन है स्पेशली इन द सिख कम्युनिटी उनकी नाराज़गी नो डाउट है बादल परिवार से। वो जो इनकी सरकार रही उस समय जिस तरीके से गुरु साहब की बेअदबी करने वालों को बचाया जाता रहा, पेट्रोनेज हुआ, बहुत सारे एलिगेशन हैं, लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि कोई भी आदमी कानून को अपने हाथ में ले।
पंजाब में सरदार सुखबीर सिंह बादल एक ऐसे नेता है जो हिंदू सिख एकता के ऊपर पहरा देते हैं। वही एक ऐसे नेता है जो पंजाब और पंजाबियत की बात करते हैं। वही एक ऐसे नेता है जो बॉर्डर स्टेट होने के नाते पंजाब की जो मुश्किलें हैं उसको केंद्र के साथ साझे तौर पर साझे कर उसका हल निकालते हैं। और ये सीधा हमला सरदार सुखबीर सिंह बादल पर नहीं है, ये पंजाब की एकता और अखंडता को दोबारा एक बार पुण्य क्षण करने के लिए उन पर हमला किया गया है, क्योंकि उनका ये सुखबीर सिंह बादल उसी बात के पहरेदार हैं। एक जेड प्लस सिक्योरिटी जिसके पास हो और पूर्व डिप्टी सीएम हो, उसके ऊपर एक ऐसा हमला हो जाए तो कहीं ना कहीं तो सिक्योरिटी लैप्स माना ही जाएगा।
Let's now take you through the sequence of events when Sukhbir Singh Badal was attacked earlier today. First up, Sukhbir Singh Badal, along with his wife, he arrives at Maharashtra's Nanded to visit the gurudwara there. Attack followed after he visited the gurudwara at Nanded. Accused, his name Jaspal Singh, he's a Nihang. He approached Sukhbir Singh Badal with a kirpan. Security guard then shielded Badal, and during this, even the PSI was injured. Badal suffered hand injury in his right hand, 4 to 5 centimeters cut. Badal was then rushed to the nearby hospital, and the accused posed as a deputy. He said that he belonged to the Nihang community of Sikhs. I want to go across to my colleague Saurabh, who's been tracking this story very closely. Saurabh, there are new details that have emerged at this point of time. The Shiromani Akali Dal, they've held a press conference at 4:30 p.m. They are demanding a CBI probe. Prime Minister Modi has also spoken with Badal's family, and the Maharashtra CM has also ordered a high-level probe. All this coming few months ahead of elections in Punjab. What are the different angles that will be looked at this point of time?
Well, obviously, the police now have something to go by when it comes to motive, and this is, of course, from the accused himself. They've got the accused, they've apprehended him, they've had the chance to question him for a bit, and they've, of course, gathered that from his own statement that he, of course, did it because of whatever complaints he had against the Badal government, and that's the gist of it. Now, obviously, this has to be now crystallized into evidence, and that's something that will take in a formal process, which is, of course, the recording of evidence as per law. But the politics of it is also quite keenly getting, obviously, interesting, given the fact that this comes on the eve of elections in Punjab. Sukhbir Singh Badal, of course, the former Deputy Chief Minister, is someone who has faced an attack in the past, and political statements also are coming in thick and fast. So obviously there will be a lot of pressure. Now, as far as the investigation itself is concerned, Maharashtra government has made it very clear that the full investigation will be done. When it comes to allegations of intelligence failure, it is quite clear. The Maharashtra government says that the proper security protocols were in place. He has protection given his security status, and all of that was there. The collector himself also has said that. But one must keep in mind when, of course, one is looking at security protocols versus sentiments in religious places of worship, sometimes those protocols and sometimes the sentiments that are involved in such places can work against each other. And perhaps this is one of the explanations as to why this man could get so close, or why he could get close to, Mr. Badal.
Right, Saurabh.
Having said that, so obviously the police will have to look at ways to find a way around this kind of issue.
Right, Saurabh. Of course, various angles will be looked at this point of time, and we'll be tracking the story very closely here on NDTV. But thanks very much, Saurabh, for sharing those crucial insights here with us. On that note, we're slipping into a very short break. Come right back. Lots more lined up. Former Punjab Deputy Chief Minister and Akali Dal Chief Sukhbir Singh Badal attacked in Nanded during a private visit. The accused has been identified.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
होम फल से रैप करो क्रिस्पी वेजीज पैक करो होम फल से पैक करो फ्रेशनेस को ट्रैप करो होम फल रैप करो अनरैप करो
When others are warming up, I'm raring to go. The stories that matter, the stories that shape your life. Hello and welcome to watching Prime 5 with me, Raisha Sehgal. What's happening? How to do? The show that sets the prime time agenda. We'll be deep diving into this topic to tell you what's at stake. Join me, Raisha Sehgal, on Prime 5 only on NDTV 24/7.
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones.
This location from Tel Aviv
Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke to him at length yesterday.
The Ayatollah Khamenei is gone. There has been a missile attack right behind me and we need to rush into a shelter heading there. Will Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli resign?
And now, Aditya Raj Kaur, covering international affairs like no one else, only on NDTV network. The front lines of Kargil, the fury of Operation Sindhu,
So many attacks.
the chaos and cries of disaster zones, to fighter jet cockpits, and the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break, live, unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Center.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France. In Italy. At Srinagar. INS Vikrant. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
This is the show where we bring you all the hot and happenings from the world of entertainment and lifestyle.
Really?
Fashion that made you gag. Films that made you fangirl. Art that made it to the gram, and trends that kept us with the program.
Welcome back. In other news, let's now tell you about what has happened during the monsoon session, which has ended today without any fruitful discussion amid continuous disruptions and uproar by the opposition. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju today slammed the opposition and said that opposition thinks sloganeering and ruckus are their only priority, while Lok Sabha ended with only 19% productivity and Rajya Sabha ended with only 39% productivity. Opposition MPs led by Congress MP Pawan Khera staged a demonstration in Parliament complex earlier today carrying a toy monkey. They raised slogans against Prime Minister Modi. BJP MPs termed this protest an objectionable act and said that the opposition MPs are disrupting functioning of Parliament. Meanwhile, ND MPs staged a counter-protest against Congress and Rahul Gandhi over brutality against students protesting in Jharkhand.
ये पहली बार है जहां ऑपोजिशन डिस्कशन से भाग रहे थे। पार्लियामेंट्री डेमोक्रेसी में ऑपोजिशन डिस्कशन के लिए डिमांड करते हैं और सरकार उसका जवाब देते हैं। ये तरीका होता है क्योंकि लोगों ने हमको चुना देश सेवा के लिए, समाज सेवा के लिए। ऑपोजिशन सरकार से जवाब मांगता है और सरकार जवाब देना ही होता है पार्लियामेंट के अंदर में। तो पहली बार ये दृश्य देखने को मिला कि सरकार खुद कह रहे हैं कि हम डिस्कशन चाहते हैं और ऑपोजिशन बहाना बना करके डिस्कशन से भाग रहे हैं। तो ये लोकतंत्र के लिए, विशेष करके संसदीय लोकतंत्र के लिए ठीक नहीं है। प्रेसिडेंशियल फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट में तो लेजिस्लेचर अलग है, एग्जीक्यूटिव अलग है और लेजिस्लेचर में सिर्फ आपस में डिबेट डिस्कशन होते हैं। पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी में हाउस के अंदर में सवाल जवाब होते हैं, क्वेश्चन आवर चलने नहीं दिया और डिस्कशन सरकार खुद प्रपोज किया, ऑपोजिशन डिस्कशन से भाग रहे हैं। बोलते हैं कि डिस्कशन सुनेंगे नहीं, मंत्री का जवाब नहीं सुनेंगे।
नहीं, वो आने को तैयारी नहीं ना, जब खुद ही प्राइम मिनिस्टर कदम नहीं रख रहे, होम मिनिस्टर कदम नहीं रख रहे और मैं अंदर था, मैं सुन रहा था। सुनने के लिए तुम्हारे रूम में बैठ के सुनने के लिए आते हो? अरे या हाउस में बैठ के सुनो। उसके बाद ये सब ऐसे हैं कि दे वांट टू डिस्ट्रॉय डेमोक्रेसी एंड दे वांट टू मीन्स डिमोरलाइज पार्लियामेंट मेंबर्स एंड वो ये चाहते हैं कि पार्लियामेंट हमारे सामने कुछ नहीं, सब कुछ हम हैं। ये उनकी आदत है और ये इनका ईगो जनता तोड़ेगी।
The entire monsoon session of the parliament stood sacrificed at the altar of the arrogance, delinquence, sense of entitlement, and total indiscipline of the gentleman known as leader of opposition. Mr. Rahul Gandhi, the politics and polity of the country and parliament will not run because under the pressure of your arrogance, sense of entitlement and exceptionalism, I will do anything in my own way, my way or highway. लोकतंत्र ऐसे नहीं चलता।
विपक्ष कहीं ना कहीं तकलीफ इस बात की होती है कि सदन को बाधित कर वो इसमें अपनी सफलता की अनुभूति करते हैं। उनको लगता है कि अगर उन्होंने सदन को नहीं चलने दिया तो ये उनकी सफलता है। ये सोच से हम ऐतराज़ है। हमने, हमारी सरकार ने, हमारे पार्लियामेंट्री अफेयर मिनिस्टर ने निरंतरता में रोज़ प्रयास किया। राहुल जी के चैम्बर में गए, उनसे फ़ोन पे बातचीत की और कल तो गृह मंत्री जी ने खुद सामने आकर बोला कि आपको जिस विषय पे चर्चा करनी है आप कीजिए, आपको जो सवाल पूछने हैं। उन्होंने यहाँ तक कहा कि पूरा समय वो सदन में बैठेंगे, एक एक सवाल को खुद अपने हाथों से नोट करेंगे और हर सवाल का वो जवाब देंगे। इससे ज़्यादा सरकार क्या रीच आउट कर सकती थी।
All right, so the monsoon session has wrapped up amid a slew of disruptions and adjournments. Let's now take you through during the monsoon session, the productivity of both the houses was at its lowest. Let's now take you through some of the key details of this. First up, when you talk about the lower house, Lok Sabha worked. No, can we please go back to the Lok Sabha graphics, please? When we talk about the Lok Sabha, the lower house worked for 15 hours and 36 minutes. The productivity is pegged at 19% only, which is the lowest. When we talk about the upper house, Rajya Sabha worked for 24 hours, 21 minutes in a slew of 15 days that the monsoon session began, and the productivity is pegged at 39%. Amid all these adjournments, 11 out of 12 bills were passed. And most of these bills were passed without any debate. That's pegged at 10. 10 bills in both the houses were passed without any debate. Meanwhile, question hour was also completely washed out because of a slew of adjournments, sloganeering and ruckus by the opposition. Even during the last day, that's today, but even yesterday when Home Minister Amit Shah came into the House, he clearly said that there needs to be a debate, there needs to be a discussion on various issues, be the student protest or what is happening in Ranchi. Let's have a debate, and I will give a statement today at 11 a.m. However, the opposition did not adhere to that, and they continued the ruckus and sloganeering. I will go across to my colleague Aishwarya for more on this. Aishwarya, the monsoon session has wrapped up, and of course the productivity is at the lowest. 19% Lok Sabha, 39% Rajya Sabha, and most of the bills were also passed without any debate or discussion.
Well, that's right. According to official information from the parliament, yes, only 12 bills getting passed by the government. But at the same time, the session clearly saw a political tussle emerging regarding the declining scope, and certainly the opposition and treasury benches clearly had their separate demands. While the government claimed that the session was productive in terms of passing most of the legislative work and the bills, but there was disruption that was a serious concern. Protest and adjournments that took center stage during the entire session of the parliament. Kiran Rijiju, Parliamentary Affairs Minister, had stated that there was some productive legislative work that was done, but meaningful debate was missing from the entire monsoon session of Parliament. As per the parliamentary records, 12 bills related to the sectors like tribunal, taxation, cooperative developments, mining reforms, public examinations were passed. Only one bill saw, remember, a 10 or 11 hour debate. Perhaps in Lok Sabha, the productivity was 19%, and in Rajya Sabha, the productivity was just 39%.
Right, absolutely, Aishwarya. And even the Parliament Affairs Minister yesterday coming out and saying that this is the worst opposition that he has seen, and the opposition has ran away despite the centre wanting discussion. All right, moving on to other stories now, shifting our focus to the south. The Karnataka cabinet is now expected to discuss a proposed legislation to regulate access to public places and the organization of public events. The proposed legislation, titled the Karnataka State Public Places and Access Regulation Bill 2026, could become another standpoint between the Congress government and the RSS. That's after the government has earlier passed orders imposing restrictions. The RSS had approached the Karnataka High Court over the requirement for permission to conduct a route march in Chittapur, and now the government looks to be aiming at a legislation to make their case stronger. So the Karnataka cabinet will likely be discussing this proposal. Apart from that, let's tell you more about this. The government is also examining the legal framework to regulate the use of school and college campuses for private programs and other organized activities as well. The cabinet will likely discuss the Public Places Bill soon. The proposed bill will aim to regulate processions and also events in the state. I will go across to my colleague Deepak for more on this. Deepak, we're perhaps looking at a Congress versus RSS standoff brewing in Karnataka yet again, with the cabinet likely to discuss the Public Places Use Bill soon.
Well, yes, and we saw a few months ago when Mr. Priyank Kharge, he was then not the Home Minister, he had raised objections to the RSS carrying out route marches, not seeking permission for the same. At that point in time, he had made it mandatory that for any organization, not just the RSS, they need to seek permissions. And then the matter also went to court. There was a slight setback to the government. Now it seems like, the government wants to take a legislative route. The cabinet meeting, that started a little while ago, we are told, will be discussing this particular bill, which will try and bring in certain restrictions for anybody who's planning to have any sort of events in public spaces, be it on the public roads, be it in government schools and colleges. And more often than not, you see the RSS, of course, hold functions like the route marches and other programs in government establishments as well. But that, of course, now will be regulated. Now the government, of course, is going to continue to maintain that this is not just aimed at the RSS, but it's aimed at any organization that wants to seek permission or wants to have any sort of march or event. So it's going to be interesting how the BJP and if there is any sort of response that comes in from the RSS as well, because as far as the Congress in Karnataka in particular is concerned, they have raised objections to the RSS holding similar events in the past. So a bill coming directly in line with that is definitely going to raise more questions.
Right, stay with me, Deepak. We'll come back to you in our next set of breaking news as well. This is from the state of Karnataka. Yet again, another setback for actor Darshan in the Renuka Swami murder case. The High Court has now dismissed petition challenging one of the accused turning approver in the case. Darshan and other accused had challenged the move to make Pardosh an approver in the Renuka Swami murder case. Now, the Renuka Swami murder case involves a June 2024 abduction and torture and murder of 33-year-old Renuka Swami from Chittadurga by the associates of Kannada actor Darshan. In the state of Karnataka, and this is of course a huge setback for Darshan in the Renuka Swami case, because the High Court has now dismissed a petition challenging one of the accused turning approver in the case. I want to go across to Deepak on this. Deepak, give us a lowdown of how this is perhaps a setback. This case has been going on for the past few years regarding the Renuka Swami murder case, but the Karnataka High Court quashing actor Darshan's plea at this point of time.
Well, we should note that there's already a lot of, mountain of evidence against actor Darshan and his accomplices in this murder case. From CCTV grabs to, bloodstains on clothing to DNA samples and whatnot. And there's also, of course, statements from various people that the police have managed to collect. He's not managed to get bail up until now. Now, one of the accused in the case is, wants to turn approver. And this individual, of course, now will become another asset to the prosecution, which would essentially mean that he'll narrate the sequence of events to the court and say, well, this is what Darshan and this is what the other accused did. Now Darshan and the other accused moved to Karnataka High Court challenging Pradosh becoming an approver. The Karnataka High Court has set aside that petition and dismissed it, saying that he's not even been made an approver yet, and now this petition cannot be sustained. And more importantly, even after he's turned approver, unless there are procedural lapses, it cannot be challenged. So this is a setback, you can say, to actor Darshan and his the other accused in the case. We'll really have to see how things play out in the days to come, with now an accused in the murder of Renuka Swamy, who was arrested along with actor Darshan, now will be testifying against the actor himself.
Right. Deepak, thanks for sharing those crucial insights here with us. And in other news, rape convict Prajwal Revanna's jail phone row has now sparked a political firestorm, with Congress alleging VVIP favors and misuse of power by the JDS first family. And now, fresh questions are being raised over how Prajwal Revanna got access to a phone inside the prison, with officials facing action over the security lapses as well. The political firestorm is also intensifying, with Congress leaders alleging that Prajwal Revanna's family connections helped him secure privileges inside the prison, with the phone seized and a case also now registered against him. Officials have also now moved against the jail officials as the probe into security lapses of Prajwal Revanna, who is imprisoned, continues. Meanwhile, Union Minister and Prajwal Revanna's uncle, H.D. Kumaraswamy, has denied any family link of any favors or privileges given to Prajwal Revanna.
As per the directions of Honorable Home Minister of Karnataka, a raid was conducted by CCB Bangalore City on Parapanagara Central Prison, and it was specifically against the high-profile prisoners and the prisoners who are staying there in the high-security prison. So for 4 to 5 hours, intensive search was conducted. During the search, one prisoner, Mr. Prajwal Revanna, in his barrack, one Android phone has been found. Apart from that, the barracks of actor Darshan, then his co-accused Pavitra Gowda and other prisoners, they were also searched, but no other contraband item has been found.
After I have taken charge as the Home Minister, I had visited the jail and I found certain anomalies over there. And yesterday I ordered a surprise raid for the prisons, and it was found that a lot of people had access to devices or had access to things that were not permitted. So it's quite evident that a few lower rung officers are hand in glove, and they're being influenced by money and their political influence. So this is something that will not be tolerated, and it is just not about any VIP prisoners. All right, the rule applies the same whether it's a high profile prisoner or an ordinary prisoner.
I don't know, madam. I don't know. That is not concern to me. That is the responsibility of the government. That is the responsibility of Home Department. Whatever illegal issue is there, they will take action. Why you have to ask?
In other news, a new wave of citizen journalism and protest is now emerging in Maharashtra, led by Gen Alpha. Dressed in their school uniforms, these young students are taking matters into their own hands by using creative mock reporting to expose severe civic issues and demand action. What earlier started as a desperate plea for a safe commute has now transformed into a powerful movement. Watch this report.
Potholes are nothing new for India. For years, they have been a part of our daily lives. We complain about them and then we accept them as reality. But if the last few months have taught us anything, it's that the next generation refuses to remain silent. In Maharashtra, a group of school children has decided to do something different. They've turned themselves into reporters, taking the pothole story straight to the authorities.
माझं नाव आदित्य गोडे, गुजरातचं काहीतरी पाहिजे. माझं नाव स्मिता शेख, आमचं गाव पेगलवाडी आहे. छोटंसं गाव आहे आमचं. खड्ड्यात रस्त्यात खड्डा. बघा आमच्या गावात किती खड्डे झाले. इकडं कोणी लक्ष पण देत नाही. काय नाही, इकडं थोडं लक्ष द्यायला पाहिजे. आम्हाला शाळेत जायला त्रास होतो. कपडे सारे माखून जातात चिखलाने. आमची हीच इच्छा आहे की आमचे रस्ते थोडं चांगलं व्हायला पाहिजे. सगळं चांगलं व्हायला पाहिजे. एवढीच आमची इच्छा आहे.
And these questions from school children in Maharashtra are now part of a larger story. A story about Generation Alpha discovering the power of citizen journalism. Their report is simple, but the frustration behind it is very real. In another part of Maharashtra, a group of schoolgirls has already discovered what can happen when a local complaint goes viral. In Karjat, Raigad, their pothole report didn't just get views, it caught attention and eventually action. Their makeshift microphone was an umbrella. Their studio was a village road. But their message travelled all the way to the authorities and the road was repaired. And as a thank you, these girls are now coming back to plant trees alongside the road. They've asked for 100 saplings from the authorities and have promised to do the rest themselves.
वृक्षारोपण करायचे तर प्लीज वनवृक्ष विभागाने आम्हाला 100 झाडे द्यावेत अशी विनंती करतो.
For many, a pothole is an inconvenience. For these children, it became a story worth reporting and a problem worth solving. They may be too young to vote, but they're clearly old enough to ask questions. Bureau Report, NDTV.
On that note, we slip into a very short break. Come right back. Lots more lined up for you here on NDTV 24/7.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार, विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Celebrating excellence across journalism and innovation, NDTV steals the spotlight at the 12th BCS Ratna Awards 2025-26. Best English News Channel of the Year, NDTV 24/7. Best News App of the Year, NDTV. Best Election Coverage of the Year, West Bengal Election Coverage. Best Podcast Show of the Year, NDTV Control All Defense. Best Primetime Anchor of the Year, Syed Suhail. Best Female Anchor of the Year, Vasudha Venugopal. Best On-Ground Coverage of the Year, Operation Sindoor Coverage. NDTV, the network of impact. From the newsroom to the studio to the thick of political action.
You're watching NDTV 24/7. The hope is that beyond this election, this will be one of the major issues. With multiple challengers in the fray, the TMC also has done a bit of rejig. Remember, this is also a district that has been plagued by communal violence. Come to some of the sabhas that the BJP is also organizing, especially in the villages of West Bengal.
When stories have impact,
Padmaja Joshi, managing editor and primetime anchor.
then news has influence. The buck stops here with Padmaja Joshi.
Your work is being watched by people. You think that you're making an impact in this time. I think that's really a huge validation, very rewarding, and I'm pretty certain that Team NDTV will go from strength to strength.
Launch control 0 to 100.
This isn't just about cars and bikes, this is about how you move. This car makes no sense, yet it makes every sense. What we are sitting inside is a Joby powered air taxi. Your friend said, "Ye le le." We said, maybe not. Hi, my name is Siddharth Sharma. I'm your NDTV Automate, your ultimate guide into the world of automobiles and mobility.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
From the Hello and welcome. You're watching Nationwide at 6 with me, Raisha Sehgal. Our focus today is on the food safety crackdown, not just in Karnataka, but even in Mumbai and other states. Extremely concerning for the consumers. Let's begin with this very story. All right, food safety authorities are stepping up inspections across major food and quick commerce platforms. 3 Domino's outlets in Mumbai have had their licenses suspended following multiple safety violations as well. The crackdown has brought Zepto warehouses in Bengaluru under the scanner as well, with authorities finding lapses in food safety and even hygiene conditions, not just in Mumbai, but also in Karnataka. When you talk about Mumbai, Blinkit has faced action after inspectors found cockroaches and unhygienic conditions at the Malad facility, prompting suspension of the food license. Meanwhile, Maharashtra FDA has also acted against an Amazon warehouse in Bhiwandi, where expired and damaged food items were seized. So at this point of time, a huge crackdown on food safety, not just in Mumbai and Karnataka as well, where various Indira canteens have also come under the scanner, and even various 5-star hotels. I'll go across to my colleague Abhishek Avasthi, who is joining me live from Mumbai. Abhishek, various Domino's outlets in Mumbai, the license has been suspended concerning very unhygienic food conditions. What are you learning about this, and what are some of the steps that these outlets are taking right now?
See, definitely, as far as the FDA action across the state of Maharashtra continues, and the recent action that was initiated yesterday was on Domino's outlet. A total of 4 outlets across Maharashtra, 3 of them in Mumbai itself and 1 in Satara district. And definitely gross violations of hygienic conditions were found, and more prominently segregation of veg and non-veg section, and cockroach infestation and several other unhygienic conditions were found. And that's the reason the entire operations or for these outlets has been suspended until they follow the compliances. And as far as the FDA action in the state of Maharashtra is concerned, Domino's, when online delivery apps like Blinkit action on their Malad warehouse was prominent enough, where they had found gross violation. In fact, on important and heritage clubs across Mumbai. Remember earlier we reported from outside CCI Club, which was also the license of the restaurant in that has been suspended. So definitely one after the other, FDA is taking strict action across the state of Maharashtra, specifically in important metro cities, as far as the food quality is concerned, how they have been prepared, and if they are not following the requisite norms or the regulation that needs to be followed, their licenses have been suspended. And also I would like to say, after the compliance, definitely they are getting renewed also. But this action one after the other of the FDA brings more important things to light, like how yesterday we saw action against Domino's. Domino's pizza is something that any of us in daily we eat that.
Yeah.
And if something like happening in that store, it's very concerning for Mumbaikars as well as those who are using fast food and eating that. So definitely one after the other the crackdown continues, but at the same time it also highlights how difficult the situation is around, and people should take care of it before or applications or going ahead for
right, Abhishek, absolutely, and extremely concerning, because customers are also saying that something like this happen with well-known international brand Domino's. Let's now take you through what actually happened at these Domino's out in Mumbai. These are the visuals, extremely disturbing. Pest control issue, lack of storage and temperature monitoring, really bad products there, incomplete food safety outlets as well. And you can see these flies on the dough which is used to make pizzas, Domino's pizzas that so many of us eat. This is what has happened in Maharashtra. The license of 4 Domino outlets have now been suspended in the state of Maharashtra. Shifting our focus to the NDA crackdown now in Karnataka. What all has happened in Karnataka so far? These are the unhygienic conditions found at a Zepto warehouse at the Kozhikode area in Bengaluru. Filth, waste found, all these packaged goods, labeling issues also being found, and extremely huge violations of food safety. As you can see, unhygienic food handling there as well. I'm going to go across to my colleague Deepak Bopanna, who's joining me live from Bengaluru. Deepak, of course, we cracked the story day before yesterday as well, where there's been a huge crackdown on various restaurants in Karnataka, from Zepto warehouses to 5-star restaurants to Indira canteens as well, which is extremely concerning, with cockroaches now also being found in food.
The food department, or under the food safety department, it falls under the health department of Karnataka, of course, has been carrying out these searches. 5-star hotels, premium pubs and restaurants have come under the scanner, like you said, Indira canteens. And in the latest, of course, the series of raids that have been going on, government canteens. These are canteens that are at the Secretariat, at the Vidhan Sauda, at the Vikas Sauda, at the legislator's house. In fact, the health department's own canteen has been found in extremely unhygienic conditions. Cockroaches running around everywhere in the kitchen, expired food items that have been found. Warehouses of some of these quick companies were also searched, and unhygienic were found, expired items were found. right now the need of the hour, of course, is for all of these places, be it these 5-star hotels or these government canteens or even these quick commerce companies, to pull up their socks and ensure that the customers who pay top dollar for their products, for anything that they consume in these places, are given hygienic quality food. And right now the health department says that the vigilance will continue and action will be initiated against anybody who's erring.
Right, Deepak, stay with me. Let's give our viewers a lowdown of all that has happened in the state of Karnataka itself when we talk about the food safety crackdown and where all has this crackdown happened in the last few days in Karnataka. Let's start with the Arogya Sauda in Karnataka. Here, what the officials found was expired food. Number 2, poor storage of the food and also pest control lapses. This is what was found at the Arogya Sauda. Moving on to the next area, which is the Vikas Sauda. Here again, there were various hygiene violations which were found. Second, cockroaches were also found on the food plates. Remember, all these are the areas where MLAs also eat. They are government canteens. Substandard food quality also being found here. And considering all of this, the canteen at the Vikas Sauda has now been sealed. A few days ago, the Karnataka FDA also took out a raid at a Zepto warehouse. These are the visuals, extremely glaring, unhygienic condition, improper storage, and also labeling and branding issue as well. This area, which is in Bengaluru's Hozikote area, the Zepto warehouse has also been sealed. Let's tell you more about the Karnataka FDA in Bengaluru. So what inspections have revealed, because the Karnataka FDA officials have carried out inspections at various areas in Karnataka. So what the inspections have revealed so far: over 1,000 kg of expired dairy has been seized from all these inspections. Number 2, rotten meat, fish and eggs were found. Cooking oil has been reused by the staff, violating all kind of hygiene rules. 51 kg of food, 51 kg is a huge amount. That food is unfit for consumption. Hence, these are some of the glaring revelations that the FDA has found in Karnataka. I will go across to my colleague Deepak for more on this. Deepak, while these inspections have been happening throughout the state, what the revelations are coming out: 51 kg of expired dairy, cockroaches on the food plates. It's extremely concerning, especially for the safety of the consumers who pay a high price thinking that the food they'll get is going to be clean.
Absolutely, especially at the premium restaurants and the pubs and the 5-star hotels, it is really, left people questioning, because they pay huge amounts of money, for the product, and again in terms of taxes. And these are luxury premium places, and some of them that have been raided, and even those places are not maintaining hygiene, has definitely shocked a lot of people. And then you would expect at least the fear of the law to be there among those who are running canteens in premises where there are legislators. But even there, the conditions are pretty pathetic. There are quick commerce companies who are, of course, today delivering groceries to almost every other household in around Bengaluru and other urban centers in the country, and their warehouses and the searches there are also coming up with a lot of violations. So definitely a lot of reason to worry. We'll just hope that the raids continue in a way that it prevents any others from even thinking about providing substandard or unhygienic substances to the consumers.
Right, absolutely, Deepak. Thanks for sharing those crucial insights here with us. Let's also give our viewers a lowdown of various food delivery platforms which have come under scan, and many of these are on our phones itself. First up, Zepto. The raid happened on August 12th when the Bengaluru warehouse was sealed. What were the issues? Non-compliant labeling and misbranding was also flagged. Other issues which were raised at Zepto warehouse was unhygienic food handling and even storage. Moving on to Blinkit. This happened in Mumbai. The raid happened on August 7th till 10th. The Mumbai facility license of Blinkit has now been completely suspended. Inspection at Sarvodaya Bhavan as well. And there was also extensive cockroach infestation which was found in food. All this at the Blinkit store there. Improper cold storage cleanliness. expired and tampered packaged food. Hence, these are some of the huge revelations that have come so far. I will go across to my colleague Abhishek for more on this. Abhishek, while we've been talking about the Domino's outlets, 4 Domino's outlets, license of which has of course been seized, there was also a raid on a Blinkit warehouse. Of course, action has been taken now, but it is, do you think it's too little too late?
Yeah, definitely, one point that we need to understand out here is, these applications are being used on daily basis by me also, by you or any other person living in a metro city. And this is very, very concerning because, we trust them as a brand, whether it is the Zepto, Blinkit and Domino's. I mean, none of us could have believed that something like this is happening at a warehouse at a place like Domino's, because we order it for our kids and it's very safe that we feel. But something like this definitely raises an alarm that before ordering a next pizza, you should be very much careful enough that how you are ordering and where it is coming from, and is that outlets safe enough. And more such FDA action is needed, at least in metro cities, wherein people rely on these fast foods and in the Blinkit apps, and raids on these warehouses definitely exposes a lot. And as a customer, we need to be more alert and more aware if we are using these apps. And henceforth, thanks to this FDA officials who are carrying on this raid, and at the same time, as a customer, we also need to be more aware and alert on this. Back to you.
Right, absolutely, Abhishek. Thanks for sharing those crucial insights here with us. Let's also take a listen in to what the ministers in both the states, Maharashtra and Karnataka, have to say about this food safety crackdown.
दूध और डेयरी प्रोडक्ट्स में जो मिलावट होती है, उस मिलावट के दौरान मकोका के तहत जो है कार्रवाई की जाएगी, ऐसे निर्देश दिए हैं। क्या उस बैठक में हुआ है?
माननीय एकनाथ शिंदे जी के उपस्थिति में ये बैठक कल हुई थी। मिनिस्टर्स का जब वो रिव्यू ले रहे थे, तभी एफडीए का ये रिव्यू लिया गया। तभी एक बात सामने आई थी कि जो भी अभी ये केसेस हो रहे हैं वो सब हाई कोर्ट में जा रहे हैं, जिनके ऊपर कार्रवाई हो रही है वो हाई कोर्ट में जा रहे हैं। और एक बात इसमें ऐसी नज़र आई है कि कुछ उसमें रिपीट ऑफेंडर्स है जो सालों से ये अवैध धंधा ये करते आ रहे हैं, तो उनके ऊपर कुछ कठोर कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए। मकोका लगाते वक्त कुछ ऐसी जो भी हमारे रूल्स में जो भी है उसमें लिखा गया है कि जहाँ पर भी वायलेंस हो वहाँ पे मकोका लगा सकते हैं। एक्सेप्शन में हमने जब भी ड्रग्स के ऊपर जो भी कार्रवाई हम कर रहे हैं उसमें जब भी मकोका लगाने के लिए जब भी हमने कायदे में बदल किया, तो मेरे ख्याल से ऐसे ही स्पेशल केसेस में अभी जैसे अगर दूध में अगर वहाँ पे कोई मिलावट होती है, तो मेरे ख्याल से